Hello, I'm Eagle Gardens, Eagle Gardens on Instagram, and this is fucking talking shit with Eagle, episode 489, WeednerdWord, aka Wormhole. As soon as you guys catch on, probably be dropping the ladder. Well, hopefully you guys had a great weekend, a great Sunday to be exact. How you guys doing today, tonight? What are you guys smoking on? Jolly cannabis rolling in already. Cheers, 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 my friend. How are you? Let's see what I can do here on this thing. There we go. Who else we got here? We got Jolly Cannon. We got Taco. Mr. Weed Blunt in the house. I see me, Stu Moon. Brittany Teasley, Stony Creek. Cheers to all you guys. Damn it, I'm on top chat. Let me get this popped out. In large. Top chat, live chat. Boom, there we go. James C. Weaver. Cheers to you guys. Trying to get up my stuff here. Got things a little different this evening. But all good. What else we got here? We got CBD sucks. Load up again, Tim. Cheers to you. I don't know if I like my chat down there. I gotta bring the chat back up. Gotta have the chat back up here, I guess. You know, so that's perfect. Perfect for me. Mr. Scotto, cheers to you. Good tunes, little Zepparello right here. Mr. Green Fingers, Robert, Mr. Green Fingers, motherfucking Thomas. In chat, how you doing, my friend? Fixing to roll me up a joint now that I've got everything somewhat where I want it. Run boy 7426. Cheers to you, W Digger 714. Cheers to main weed nerd there. I was watching some sub today, earlier, just before this actually. Been a long-term Sprint customer, but now doesn't mean I'm long-term happy. Oh man. Stu Moon, great morning to you, my friend. Great morning to you. What we smoking on in chat? What we smoking on? Industry as far as smoke doesn't breathe. Doesn't take much to breathe the southern. Sure. Stuff going. Too much shit in that way. See what you guys are smoking on. Be done soon. Cheers to you. Let's see what you guys are smoking on yet. We're in the world cut out the weed. We gotta do better. That sounds good. Blueberry. Still smoking that blueberry. Fixing to roll up some 6-shooter myself. Cheesequake. Ooh, I'm a little jealous there. Cheesequake really sounds good. Free smoking sounds pretty fire as well. I think CBD just you have to find lift out there. Happiness is no board sport. Is that the strain or got me a little confused there, Mr. Benson. Ultra's in the house. Cheers to you. So what after cheesecake? I didn't say it right. Running a little late tonight with the fucking show. Having a little audio technical difficulties. Man, my fucking headset wouldn't connect. No excuses, but I'm here. I'm here. Better late than never. That's what I say. I am gonna try to plan to step out at some point. I know I said that how many nights in a row, but seriously, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try. What happens? Appreciate the check-in from Mr. Bingus today. Everybody else that DMs and says hello. Aldridge 25, how you doing, my friend? Hopefully you've got something to smoke on. What are you smoking on, Aldridge? What else we got here? We got Zepparella. We haven't listened to Brass Against on that. Let's go over to last Brass Against. Good cover right here. Couch Lock. That's what Krishna is. It's not always a bad thing. Couch Lock is not always bad. Sometimes it can save you from getting your ass in trouble. Think of it that way. It's just got to. It was meant to be. Ned Denver in the house. What's up, man? How was your weekend? Ah, there we are. There we are. That's going here. Set. That's just freaky. That's just fucking freaky right there. Unmute it. Let it roll. Cheers, bro, bros. Cheers. Hopefully you are well. Mr. Green Fingers motherfucker. Entering the room. And a couple more days, and hopefully I have this room straightened back up so we get rid of the background. Maybe just use it for the cover. Coming up on 500. What's up, Green Fingers?
Peace. Cheers.
What's up? How you doing, man?
Not much. How are you?
Doing pretty well, man.
Just got that out of my bong.
What the fuck is that? Is that resin?
Resin. Yeah, it was clogged. I didn't realize it. I was trying to smoke, and I was like, what the fuck? I can't even smoke. And I blew it out. I was like, what the fuck, man? Just right now, like all over the place. Trying to clean that up, and then, yeah, saw the fuel on, and I was like, fuck. Right on.
That's a lot of resin, man. It's a lot of resin.
Yeah. I don't know what to do with it.
Cheers to Dreamer 77 Double D. I'm a smoke that sucks. I remember back in the day, if I was out of smoke, I'd be all over that resin ball. I'd be fucking smoking the shit out of that thing.
Oh, yeah. Pull out the screen. Make sure that's fucking double caked already. It's like, you just start torching the shit out of it. We used to smoke, like, just, I had a whole thing of resin. Big old patty. Crazy.
Got Resurrection Prophet chat now. SoCal 71. This cabin I'm staying in right now So badass. So, yeah, I was just fucking chopping down a little bit of fucking what the fuck was I chopping down? Oh, yeah, the barbecue gorilla. Yes.
Nice.
Back there. And I got a shitload of work to do in the garden. Too much. I guess it's a labor of love, right?
Yep. That's why we grow. Or else we could just go to the store and buy.
Cheers, small two. What are you rolling up, man? Dank grower.
Roaches.
Cheers to you. Roaches, he says. Oh man, that's you. That's one step away from resin ball. Is
Yeah.
that resin ball drippings on the paper?
Yeah, from my fingers. I couldn't get it off, so like, fuck it. Paper's going up. It's gonna be extra resiny.
So
Oh,
Cal on vacation, still popping in. It actually has a hint of it's got that face on fire on it times Gorilla Glue, so it's actually pretty piney.
Yeah, I found 2 piney ones on mine. They lost the cat piss and got pine. I was like, what the fuck? Where'd my cat piss go?
What's up, SoCal? I knew you couldn't stay away.
Give me lights up instead of.
Yes, W Digger, I am still growing jelly bean. I guess there's probably actually a few people that probably wish I wasn't still growing jelly bean because that's all I keep shoveling over the last week.
What the fuck is up, everyone?
What's up, man?
Great to be here fucking talking shit with Eagle. How you guys doing tonight, man?
It's good. I'm glad to have you live and on location there.
Fuck yeah, dude. This place is badass. So sick up here.
Where you at exactly?
What's that?
Where'd you go on vacation?
I'm in Arrowhead right now. No. I'm at Lake Arrowhead right
now. Nice. Yeah. Cold?
Not really.
Dry?
It's actually kind of perfect right now. I'm sitting outside and freaking just got out of the jacuzzi a little while ago and wearing a freaking bathrobe and flip flops, dude. I'm super comfortable. So
we just got a storm, bro, down here. It's storm just hit us right now. All of a sudden, fucking the rain's falling on my roof and fucking the wind's blowing just straight this way and the rain's coming straight this way and fucking just happened 5 minutes ago. Like, what the fuck?
I saw that on IG. What direction is that thing rolling? Is it rolling north or is it?
It's going straight towards the penis, so it's going towards the.
Oh, it's going to the south. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, because I'm just a little bit northwest of you right now, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, it turned fucking to shit real fast. Fucking.
Nice.
Yeah, I had to pull in my plants. I have plants in outside, not in the greenhouse. Trying to grow outside too. So.
Dude, we need that rain out here though, man.
Hell yeah.
We need it. It's gonna be a wet, fucked up winter, I think, this year. Nationwide. I really think it is.
So, I think it's just gonna get really cold fast. It's gonna be really cold really fast because all the volcanoes that keep going off. They keep fucking blocking out the sun in that portion of the world, so it just cools off the earth. People think it's gonna get hotter. It's gonna get hotter. Yeah, it's gonna be fucked up. It's gonna be a fucked up year. I got a fucking spider on my joint.
No, I can tell by the way the fishing's been this year, by the ocean fishing, it's gonna be a wet winter.
This is the kind of season here you don't really want rain, do you? Fucking so close to harvest.
Don't want it, but we need it. Mr. Johnny motherfucking Tennessee. How you doing, brother?
What's up, guys?
Oh, Johnny 5 is alive.
Johnny 5 is alive. What's up, bro? What, Johnny? All right.
Cheers,
Can you hear me
Jack.
better now?
Yes, we can.
Okay.
Gotta- Cheers, Johnny. Cheers, Mr. Smiley. Got a twofer on that entrance.
Right on. So, Smiley.
What's
So,
that?
Cal. Green Fingers. Eagle. Always,
Cool.
always. How are you doing, brother? How was your day today?
Good, good. I'm here. It's great. It's the best
Awesome.
part of the day.
Yeah, I had a busy day. I started out gathering up all my recyclables because I got a letter from the park saying that I had to take care of some of the stuff that was in my backyard. So I figured I'll just take a bunch of stuff that I had, break it down, get it ready for recycling, and took it in. Made me a little bit of money. So I went out and bought some nutrients and shit like that. Made for a good day.
What'd you buy? What'd you get?
Well, I got some, well, go in here. I got some vitamin B1. I don't know if I'm going to need that or not, but I figured I would give it a shot because it's supposed to be good for
Yes.
transplanting and shit like that, for reduces transplant shock of what sort. And the other thing I got was I got some Dr. Earth's tomato and vegetable herb. Got all the good probiotic shit inside, it says, so that's good. And then I got some more Job's vegetable and tomato. So those are the things that I picked up. And a little bit of food.
Right.
Yeah. It was a busy day. And just a little bit ago, I was over at the neighbor's house and still working on that spider farmer, those spare lights that I took over there. We're trying to get those things to work with some of the things that he's got around the house. He had a few old lights, so we took out the power supplies, tried to hook them up, and yeah, that shit didn't work.
That
So
sucks.
I'm gonna get a hold of Minwell and see if I can't get a power supply for the two of them, you know, so that it'll just run the two together. That'll be easier.
Nice.
Yeah. Kind of the thing. That's Smiley.
Doing well, man. A little frustrated, just I don't know, I was having some troubles with the water. Fuck with that before I left, and it took me longer.
All right, who's on a helicopter?
Johnny 5 came alive. Was that? Your wheels were off the tracks for a minute. Oh no shit! That was me doing that noise.
So what happened with water, Smiley?
Yeah, what happened?
I don't know, man. So like Sundays I'm there during the dark
Oh, it's
session.
Smiley.
Smiley this time.
So yeah, so anyway, yesterday I wasn't there to look at them, and then I got there tonight, and they were looking fine. I made the video and whatever. There was a couple of them that looked goofy, and yeah, I don't know, man. It's like I get air in the line, and then it doesn't have enough pressure to push it out. So I was fucking around trying to bleed the lines out.
Yeah, that's your mic, Smiley. with the tapping. I don't know. Can you hear the tapping? Talk. I muted everybody, so it was only down to you. It was tapping the whole time you were talking. Everybody else heard it, right? It wasn't just freaking out.
Yeah, I don't know. Tapping? Is it tapping now? I'm tapping. My hands right here.
It's like it's fucking Morse code and you're fucking whatever you're saying and shit. Like there's a whole fucking
Yeah.
Still there?
Stop. Yeah. Every
Yeah.
time you speak, it starts tapping. Like it's fucking translating and shit. We're all like waiting for it now. Just kind of anticipate.
Can you hear me now?
Like that was my teeth.
Yeah, it's better.
All right.
Yeah.
I just unplugged it and replugged it in. So
Dude, it sounded like when you're in the car, you know, you roll the window down just that right amount and you get that helicopter in your ear.
yeah.
Got a rocket in the tire.
Well, I hear the noise now, but it ain't me.
They're just fucking with you now.
I'm just biting down real quick. That's what it sounded like to me in my head when I make the noise.
But
It's clean
not.
now.
All right, so back to what's up with the water?
Right.
What's up with the water? Yeah.
I'm not getting enough volume of water through it, and so the pressure going into the RO filter isn't hitting enough high enough pressure. So I got to do some looking into it.
Smiles. You need a well. That's why you were pulling up so much sediment. Now that you're trying low pressure like that, you're sucking. Yeah, you're on the bottom of that bitch. Somebody's gonna. It's well time. That's my guess. Either that or the pump is like there's like a head to that thing, and it could be clogged up with sediment too. Sometimes they can pull that up and knock the sediment off it and restore your pressure somewhat. But man, there's a good chance. You ever seen a well truck in the area lately? Anybody else pulling wells? That's
No.
usually, man, when you see that well truck, you can usually follow that fucker right down the road.
Well, what I was getting at though is I think the well pump goes to the house, and then from the house I think it's come to me in the barn behind the house, but I'm not certain on that. But I think there's only the one well pump for both buildings or whatever. But anyway, I was thinking of getting like some sort of a lift pump to it too. You know what I mean? And so I don't know. I'm not sure how those actually work. If you gotta have I would imagine you'd need some kind of reservoir, right? Like to pressurize. And then when the pressure drops, the lift pump will kick on again.
Well, you could. The other thing you could do is put a fucking a bigger bladder in there. So basically, it's holding more and then coming on less. So you got a little bit more time before the pressure drops.
Because I think that's what's fucking with it right now. Because it hits, I don't know, 40 psi is like the cutoff, and then it'll run around 50 psi. You know what I'm saying? And I'll get good water, but that's when I think the well pump's running or the whatever pump's running, and then it drops down to like 40 and just below 40, it'll get down to like 30 psi. Well, on the gauge there, it goes from green to yellow, and when it drops below that, I lose all my flow, and then that's when my problem starts happening. When I get
You could have a bad bladder tank in general, but man, with the
I have
problems you've
no
been
access
talking
to
about,
any of this. I have no access to any of it. That's why I think it's in the house.
it sucks ass. Yeah, their bladder tank could be bad. for one. But it sounds to me like it's a bad well all in all because of the problems you've had with the excess minerals coming from your water. Tells me that you kind of like that. I mean, when you first started talking about it, I actually kind of said something then that you might be possibly drawing off the bottom. But now that you're losing pressure like that, yeah, there's a good chance that that well's on
I
bottom.
appreciate your optimism on an easy fix, Eagle. Fucking drilling a well ain't gonna be nothing I'm gonna do. Fuck. I'm optimistic that I can just put a lift pump on and be good. I don't know. It's either that or I gotta pressurize it after the RO. You know what I mean? And then pressurize it to the lines, but
You can do that actually. That's actually possible. Go to a plumbing supply house and see what kind of pressure regulators they got that'll fit that you can put in there somewhere after your pump.
yeah, that's all. I'll have to look and see how they're wired, unless anybody knows how to plumb them, like a lift pump. But I'll just check into them. I don't know.
Yeah, I can tell you how to do it, but I can't tell you how to do it without being hands-on with it.
Yeah, because like what you were saying, Eagle, they'd have some type of a tank that would have a diaphragm
Mhm.
that would kind of hold the pressure or keep the water from building an air pocket, basically.
Most houses, a regular house, that bladder would be roughly about a 5-gallon bucket, basically. They're usually blue. If you go into anywhere where they have a house with a well, you go down, you find that well where it's coming in. There's a bladder tank right there. It's usually blue, almost always blue. But I remember the house that I lived in before this house. That motherfucker had a fucking 6-foot bladder tank on it. I couldn't even put my arms around it because the well pressure was so low at that in particular house. And if that thing ran out, if for one reason or another that thing lost pressure, you wouldn't have. There was no pressure. There was like none. You know what I mean? There was no such thing as like running the water and taking a shower in another part of the house, man. If somebody turned on something, you were fucked, man. You were like, who's got the water on? Because it was dripping on your head. And fuck it, yeah. That's
That's a brutal shower.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, it's got to flow enough volume of water too to be able to build the pressure, So like, I don't know, with the RO barely running like that, it just doesn't ever have enough flow. But I do notice when it kicks up in the pressure, it does start to flow really well, and I could get somewhere bleeding things out, and then it would like slow down and get down to 40 and right back to square one then.
Yeah, your main incoming pressure should be sitting around like 55, 60, ideally, at all times, even when you're using it.
So
if you're down in the
I'll go to
40s.
the landlord tomorrow and see if maybe they can, I don't know, like you guys were saying, check the diaphragm, or maybe there's a way they can bump the pressure up a little bit. And
You should be able to put a pressure regulator in there someplace to keep it at steady pressure.
Well, the regulator is going to reduce pressure. I need to elevate.
Oh, you can actually, you can increase pressure with the pressure regulator.
Yes.
You can, depending on which way and which regulator you get, there's a little bolt sticking out of the top, basically. And depending on which way you turn that thing, it'll increase or reduce your pressure. Normally, if you buy one off the shelf, it's going to come out of the box about between 50 and 60 pounds. So if if you're still getting problems at whatever that thing's set at, you tighten it up a little bit, it's going to increase your pressure. You're muted.
I'm hoping we can get access to that and just bump the pressure. Maybe I won't have to. Because if I can keep it above 50, I think I'll be good.
Does this may sound like a really stupid question, but when your water heater kicks on, does it sound like it's tumbling around rocks in a washing machine?
It's a good sign to get terrible water.
You talking to me?
Yeah.
I don't live there. My hot water heater's on a totally different city water system.
Okay. Because normally that's your telltale that you got massive sediment.
Smiley. The hot water is that city?
Yeah, in my house.
His house is in a different place.
Okay. I thought you were talking about the hot water at the grow. You don't have.
I don't have hot water out there.
Okay.
I don't have a bathroom either.
I was gonna say, well, shit, problem solved.
Yeah, you
Tap
do.
into where it goes into fucking before the hot water heater. You're good,
Yeah.
Chief. Yeah, it sucks.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I'll have to figure something out. But at least I identified the problem. So
Now, there's also inline filters you can buy that might help that out in the long run as well. You know, if you got a lot of sediment, they'll trap it before it gets to your fixtures.
yeah,
Not to mention a reservoir that's up high would kind of resolve that too.
what, Johnny?
A reservoir, if you had a reservoir that was up high, up higher than your, what was going on, you could have it filled up, and then the down pressure would just give you enough to do it, I would think.
Yeah, I did have that, and it wasn't enough, and that's where I had to switch to the pressurized.
I think I remember you saying something about that at one point
Yeah,
too. Yeah,
it wouldn't push through the soaker hose. So
yeah.
yeah, I don't know. It'll be all right. I'll get a
Man, you'll fine tune this race car.
right. It's just one of them things, man. I'm gonna have to hand water so then.
You just got a bad inject. You got a bad injector, man.
Yeah, you just file that baby out just a little bit, clean it.
It's this way, man. If it is the well, sounds like it's not necessarily your bad. You know what I mean? It's somebody else's bad. But in the long run, once they punch that well deeper, your fucking water problems are gonna go right away. You're gonna be back to fucking good fucking water again. You know what I mean? Whatever problem you were having with sediment buildup in the soil, that's just gonna be gone because they're gonna be in a whole new aquifer basically down deeper here. You'd be back to where you were fucking years ago.
And I don't know that the sediments increased, honestly. I've never tested it. It was at 375 parts per million, so I don't think that's real crazy. I've heard other people's way higher.
Well, when we were talking about ppm on the tap, man, that was really high. You were saying what, 400 ppm out of the tap, something like that? Yeah, that's super heavy, man. That's beyond like legal limit to drink, I think. Red flag. Definitely red flag zone. So yeah, with that being said too, it sounds like he's going to get it well. And what about Bob says he will sell it well style?
No shit. I feel like it. Give me some good news, Eagle. Come on, man.
I did. That's gonna your plants are gonna be stoked about the new well.
Well, the new well's not a great answer at all, especially coming into winter.
Your plants will be stoked about
you're right.
the new well.
It's a perfect time because you fucking wintertime, it's gonna be a motherfucker starting popping holes in the ground. If it's gonna go bad, now's the time. It's a blessing.
I have to get on that. I'm gonna start calling wellers. What do they call them, guys?
That's awesome.
Roughnecks. I think they call them roughnecks.
Wellinators.
That's
Wellinators. Yeah, well, they're still doing the same thing. They're drilling holes.
yeah.
They're roughnecks, you know.
Cheers, Gus. What's up? Cheers, Red Pill never properly came in yet. He's just sitting there puffing away and shit. He's got this My Three Dads look, fucking smoking his pipe and shit. What up, man?
Getting my phone screen all sticky with the hash.
Yeah, he's got his fire going with the hash log on the top of the thing, roasting shit.
Right in the camera.
Yep.
Hash log on the fire.
I got my fireplace clear.
Yeah, so today, when I was at Lowe's, this was an exciting moment. There was a guy that almost walked right into me, and he was carrying a chainsaw, a brand new chainsaw, and he had this really bright fluorescent kind of writing on a black shirt. So it was very noticeable. And I noticed this guy. I don't know why I noticed him. He just kind of like, he came real close to me, like he almost ran into me. Like I was in his way, kind of. And I thought that was kind of strange. So anyways, the guy, I go out to the cash register to pay for my stuff. And the lady and another guy are sitting there talking about the guy that just walked out with the chainsaw. And I said, did he have a black shirt with the fluorescent writing on it? And she goes, yeah, that was him. And I said, wow, that's funny, because he almost ran into me in the store. It seemed like I was in his way when he was walking. And she goes, yeah, when he walked up here, he says, I'm running. And she goes, oh, okay. And he just took off running out the store. And then she says, yeah, he comes here like once a month and does this. Steals something once a month. So I guess that's just starting here in Las Vegas.
It would seem like it. We're at the fucking video age now to where it hits you with the box when you walk into some of these major stores. It seemed like the box would pick him up, you know what I mean? Fuck,
Yep.
you can buy Wise cameras that you fucking, I can do that with my Wise camera. You come in, I can set it for this face and set it to record every time that face comes into the room. But fucking Lowe's can't fucking set up their security so when that guy walks in, they're like, runner, runner, runner. You know what I mean? The all red flags are thrown. That's crazy. It's pretty ballsy too. Go back to the same store. It's all
Exactly.
2 or 3 times a place because they can't get them for anything.
Yeah, they have facial recognition too. Like they could like call you instantly. My friend gets called in every place he goes because he does the same shit. But
Well,
Home Depot and that, they let him get away with it. Home Depot.
There's got to be some clue. The guy stretching in the parking lot for 20 minutes.
Well, another thing.
They can't touch them because then if they hurt them, then they could get sued. So like if they try to stop them, they gotta call the cops and wait for the cops to come. So if they like literally like put their hands on him, they're gonna fucking get sued by him. He could just act like he's hurt, just by them holding him. Be like, oh, you hurt me. I'm not suing. So they're liable. So that's why they do it.
See, out here, we were stupid and passed a law that was supposed to stop crime and all that. And what it did was declassified crime. So now, if you go into a store and steal, I think it's like $5,000 or less, you walk.
Oh my God, they upped it.
Yeah.
It was only 1,000 last year.
Yeah, I think it's like $5,000.
Oh man, that's so nice of them.
Right.
Wow.
So all it does is gives these freaking drug addict idiot losers the ability to go into Home Depot, grab a chain, for freaking half price. They know that the cops will not show up for that. So I had an incident. I was washing my truck the day, I think it was the day after that last race that I went to. And up to me in the car wash and started police. And it took them over an hour to get there. And when they got there, they didn't do a thing. So the laws out here are 100% pro-criminal.
Wow.
So it's actually
the
easier
lady-
to be out here. Like it doesn't, it pays to do crime. Like it's the only way you can live out here to be a fucking criminal. Otherwise, you're fucked.
So the lady asked me if I had any kind of a military discount. And I said, heck no, I don't even have a 5-finger discount. All right, where'd that cricket go? I heard a cricket.
He's waiting
Guys
for
hear
Blue
crickets?
Boy to say hello. What's
I
up?
I
was
heard
gonna
that.
say, hey guys, hello. I was just gonna say, it sounds like shoplifting might be good for the economy. I didn't ever look at it that way, but you know, special treatment for special people. At any rate, not my thing, but you know, the chainsaws at Home Depot aren't cheap either. Like if you get their upper line of like even an Echo home saw, it's a $400 saw, and it's a good one. So I'm just saying, you know, if they're trading it for, you know, something cheap on the street, you know, somebody's getting a good deal.
Yeah, that's right. I should start looking online to see if there's anybody selling any of those kind of things.
I think that this isn't their first go around with a fucking chainsaw or something like that.
If
That's
it's from
something
Home
you
Depot,
don't just run with. You know what I
if
mean?
it's from Home Depot, they're going 2 towns over and they're taking it back without a receipt.
You've
for
got to
money.
do a couple practices runs
for
with
it.
somebody else's chainsaw to get that ready for fucking live action and shit.
Yeah, they're just gonna take it in for a gift card for exchange at another Home Depot for without a receipt. They're gonna say no receipt. Okay, here's your credit on a card. And they give you a card with a credit. And then you take
Yeah,
that
they
to
give
your
you,
drug
yeah,
and you
store
trade
credit.
it out. Yeah.
You start with 14-inch, then you get a 16-inch, then you get a 20-inch bar. You just work your way up the ladder.
Yeah, you keep going and going.
What's on the board there, SoCal?
Yeah, that's interesting drawing there, SoCal.
That's awesome.
Where'd he go?
I saw that
Did we lose him?
today.
Oh.
I also saw SoCal taking a bath for the first time in like 3 days. In a hot tub or something like that.
Dude, I was like weightless in the jacuzzi, fucking loving life for like 3 hours.
Good for you.
So yeah, his place, this cabin I rented for the week, has this big old chalkboard where people like just write whatever they want, you know, whatever. And so they got like some trippy little dude, but you know, I had to fucking represent.
I saw that fucking talking shit with Eagle up there on the board.
Yeah. You know, so there's proof right there. The shit stays there a while.
It's
So,
pretty cool. The tradition of rent a cabin and having the chalkboard or a notebook there, you know, that everybody leaves a little log and a good times. There you go, the journal there. It's pretty awesome.
yeah, this is a cool little deal. Cool little deal.
Right in there. We did it like this. We did it like that. We did it with a
With a wiffle ball bat, y'all. I'm on the run. Cops got the gun.
Right about now, it's time to have some fun. Fucking Beastie Boys.
So yeah, this place is pretty cool.
Yeah, it's a nice place.
Yeah.
Still
Yeah.
cheaper than a doctor.
What's that?
I said cheaper than a doctor.
Right.
Taking care of yourself. Awesome.
It's a good looking cabin, man. Like the outside of it.
Yeah, dude, the backyard here is freaking awesome. Like, this place is tiny, but dude, it's freaking pretty cool.
So that's up in Big Bear, yeah?
I'm in Arrowhead right now. So yeah,
Up in Arrowhead. Okay.
just a couple doors down from Big Bear. It's like 30-minute drive from here. So that's
Yeah,
where-
you know where the hitching post is up there?
never been up here.
Little church, little chapel.
No, I'm born and raised in Southern California. I've never been out here.
Yeah, that's where I got married, right up there.
Oh, nice. It's a beautiful area
Yeah.
right up here.
Yeah, that's where we did our little honeymoon getaway kind of after getting married.
Nice.
Rented a cabin for a week. Hung out there, threw snowballs at each other for a while, and came back down.
Was it just like the Dumb and Dumber scene?
And that was way better. But she didn't make any strange noises and shit like that, you know.
So check this out. I don't know if you guys can see it, but
Not at all pure black. There, a little bit.
I'm enjoying the tour though. It's kind of cool to see that you're getting out there. I was born in California and raised there for about the first 6 years of my life, and actually I have really fond memories of Northern California just because of the wilderness, you know.
yeah, that's I'll shoot some video tomorrow when the sun's up. But dude, this place is killer. It's like I can't even see between the trees right here. I can't see 30 feet to each side. I fucking did a face plant out of that motherfucker today.
Oh man. You doing okay? You didn't hurt yourself doing that shit?
Just boom, straight over. I ate shit. It was pretty funny.
He says I.
Yes, I did, dude. I went face first out of that bitch.
It's not funny because you probably hurt your shoulder fucking trying to catch yourself.
No, I was smart. I tucked and rolled on the other side.
Way to go.
I saw it coming.
You're an expert tucker and roller. I guarantee you that.
Hey, grow up and riding bicycles and skateboards and motorcycles. You learn to tuck and roll pretty good.
Protect yourself. Yeah, that's good. I'm glad that you didn't. Ironically enough, you're there getting some R&R, and it's like this, you can fall right out of a hammock.
Right? Just my fucking luck.
So Smiley, what's the average repair of a transmission?
What kind of vehicle, Johnny?
It's a 2006 Nissan Quest.
Probably a lot.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Probably like drilling a well or
Right? No shit.
something.
Let me tell you, Johnny, it's gonna be. Oh man, the Nissan Quest, yeah, the Nissans are goofy. Usually the transmission's a bit more expensive on the Asian model.
Fucking
So I
thing's
kinda-
got less than
I would guess-
60,000 miles.
I would guess probably 3,500 to $5,000 ish.
Yeah. My
And,
my my
that
car's got my
sorry,
car's got less than 60,000 miles on it. And the transmission went off.
that sucks. You'll have
Is
to
it
get
that?
it looked at, but the I mean, it might be even a little more than that, honestly. I don't know. Depends on labor and shit like that. But
Well, some of those Nissans have that belt drive transmission thing.
yeah, those are fucked.
Those are a fucking nightmare.
CVT.
Yeah. Yeah. So instead of having actual gears in your transmission, the belt just expands and contracts, from what
It's
I
like
understand.
It's like a snowmobile clutch, almost identical.
Maybe you could get something like that at a wrecking yard. I'm just saying, you know,
Yeah.
for considerably less, and that the labor involved is that much. So, you know, if it's a matter of the car just staying there versus, you know, having some transportation, you know, reasonable price, I'd probably go that route.
Yeah, because I've been without a car for 2 months now. And I'm just about ready to kill something. You know.
Can you guys hear all that behind me?
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah, your microphone picks up a lot.
To be honest, we wouldn't. When I was running the repair shop, I wouldn't fuck with those CVT trannies at all. I would sublet that out or ship them to somebody else because there's just, I don't know. You couldn't guarantee nothing, man. Them things would fucking blow up left and right, and it would always just be a big pain in the ass from a warranty.
So it's best
You know,
to
like stand behind your repair kind of thing. Like you can't, you know, they just hand grenade. They're a piece of shit design. You put it on and it could blow up fucking 2 months down the road for them, you know?
that's good to know. That's what I was thinking it was. I said, so is because I called up Nissan Consumer Affairs and I said, so is this on the lemon list? And they said, well, what do you mean by that? And I said, well, this thing's a piece of shit. I said, it's got less than 60,000 miles on it and the transmission goes out. I said, what kind of shit are you guys selling down there? You know?
Well, that's their perfect plan, Johnny.
Yeah, I guess so. And they said, well, what year is it? And I said, 2006. And they said, well, shit, you're way out of warranty. Ha! That's all on you.
Right. Yeah, that's all they got to do is make it out of warranty. And then
Yeah.
they're ultimately a parts sale. They're a parts mover or sales. You know what I'm saying? Like
So
all
basically,
the
they just
auto
sell a-
manufacturers are parts sales people, and they just happen to assemble the cars before they sell them. Like,
Hey, okay, that's what I was just gonna say. So they sell me just parts.
They are.
Sometimes they're not really even
Yeah.
put together properly.
After 80,000 miles or whatever, then it's all on the parts. Like that's all you're buying from them after that. So if warranty's up, the parts is all you get.
They
Yeah.
even do it to the insurance companies, and they make body parts super expensive. So if people get in wrecks, then they gotta fucking buy these special parts to get it all fixed, and they're expensive. You can only get them from the dealer and shit.
Wow.
They design them that way. They fucking design them that way. That's why they make them
Crazy.
where. That's why they make a fucking headlight that you have to change, and it takes you 5 fucking hours because you got to remove the whole front of the vehicle. Well, you know, people are like, well, that's stupid design. Well, no, it's not. You just fucking made your service department 5 hours every time they had to change a fucking headlight. And people don't think of it like that. They just think of it as a stupid design. Well, no, that had very intentional design right there.
I have that design on my car.
Yeah, now to replace a headlight, it's, you know what I mean, $300 instead of fucking whatever.
I got 2 brand new headlights that I was going to install myself. And then when I found out that I had to take off the whole front end of the car just to get to the headlights.
Then what you do, you
And
gotta
it's-
pay
and
somebody
it's a-
to do it. They
it's a two-
made their service department money by design.
And it's a 2-man job. It says you can't do it by yourself. You've got to have 2 people in order to do it.
No, you got to pull the whole front clip to get to it.
Right.
Yeah.
And people just think, oh, these engineers are idiots. No, they're not. They know
They're
exactly what the
geniuses.
fuck they're
Fucking
doing.
ingenious.
Yeah, they are absolutely not idiots. Some guys think through all that shit very well. They know exactly what the fuck they're doing.
Oh, we're gonna help our boys out. We're gonna get them some lens work.
Exactly, man. It's
Mhm.
fucking, and in a lot of cases too, it'll help during the assembly process. So they win-win on that shit too.
Well, here's an example. I had a Saturn. Okay, it was actually a really good car, and it had 288,000 miles on it. Okay, it was a 5-speed, 2-liter, just basic car, real basic car. If I'd gotten the automatic version of this, it would be that CVT, and it probably would have only gone 125,000 miles. I'm just saying. So you go with one thing that's the tried and true methodology versus I think they even used the CVT technology in like Formula One, and it didn't work out. It was just not a technology that was feasible. So anyway, I'm just saying 288,000 miles on one hand and 120,000 on the other, your pick, or what Johnny got 68,000 miles.
Less than 60.
They're pieces of shit, the CVTs.
He's the original owner, Johnny.
Yeah. My mom had it before that. And I think it had what was it, 22,000 miles on it, like that, when I got it. So, and I only drove it when I wasn't driving my work truck, which was very seldom. Because I worked 18 hours a day. So whenever I drove that was like on the weekends or my days off or at night when I went to the store or something. So it's, like driving like a little old lady, So I didn't put a whole lot of miles on it. I went down to Arizona one time, down to Parker, 4-hour drive down, 4-hour drive back, something like that. So that's the only kind of travel I've had on it.
Are you a
So it's like-
heavy driver, Johnny?
No,
You're not very aggressive.
no.
See, well, I think I'm Mario Andretti anytime I get in the car.
Right?
So, I mean, like, dude, my F-150 will 60 foot like a motherfucker.
Dude, I blew my tranny in my truck because I fucking, well, this is when it blew actually, but there's an off ramp that I get on in like a highway interchange kind of thing. And you can roll it really fast because it's not like a normal like off ramp and you're just going on another highway. But there's a semi truck there that's just fucking way, way slow, man, like way slow. And then he's hitting the brakes and shit too. And then like the on-ramp will go to 2 lanes. So like the second lane opens up and I fucking mash it to go by him, dude. And it goes, whoa, it downshifted. And then it fucking hit the first shift that it made and went poof. And then I had to fucking turn my blinker on and coast over onto the side of the road right in front of the truck that I was all like trying to get by him and shit. Like that.
Oh man, that sucks.
Every time I jump on the accelerator, I have a Saab 9.3. It's got a 2-stage turbo. It's not a fancy car, but if I do kind of time the shifting and the clutch right, I seem like a real fucking psycho. For about 3 seconds, I'm just darting like a fucker. And here's the deal: it handles really good. That's the thing. It's not the fastest car, but it does handle well. So, in conditions especially, it's a lot of fun to just cruise in. But it's like this: if I do get a emotional when I drive. I can really put somebody in their place, but before I know it, I'm well over 100 miles an hour, and I got to take care of myself. And the problem with them's long behind. But here's the deal: the idea of having a 5-speed car with petrol and a clutch and all of that, it's kind of rare. It's getting rarer, So I'm just saying, I kind of feel lucky to have came up in those times because I like those kind of cars. They have personality. Even an old pickup with a nice stick shift has a nice feeling to it. I can relate.
It's getting to the point now where if you drive a stick, you don't need an alarm or to lock your doors because most people nowadays can't fucking drive it to steal it.
That's a good one.
That's
so
funny.
when I first bought my Jeep, we got a little Cherokee Trailhawk, and the first time we took that thing out so I could let the wife put it in 4-wheel drive and get used to driving it and whatever. We're on this little, I call it a fire road. It's an off-road trail, but to me it's a fire road. But she puts it in 4 low. Everything's good. She goes to take it out of 4 low, and it wouldn't come out of 4 low. Turns out it was a computer programming issue in the transmission that would not let it come out of 4 low. So you might want to go, check plug an OBD scanner and see what it tells you, Johnny.
Oh, are you talking it might be a computer issue?
What? Depending on the vehicle, yeah, because it was definitely a computer issue with our Jeep.
What year is that?
Brand new. It's 2020. I bought it June of 2020.
Yeah, I don't know if this one's that smart. This is 2006, so I don't know if it really had that kind of a. But then again, you never know.
You never know, depending on that tranny. I mean, what's it doing?
Well, basically, every once in a while, when I would put it into gear, it almost seemed like it would take a second for it to pop into gear.
Can you give us an audible demonstration?
No, I will not do that. Thank you, Eagle. Trying to get me.
One thing that you guys probably all know, with an automatic transmission, you can service it by simply taking off the pan and taking the filter out and getting a new filter and replacing that fluid. And a lot of times for an older vehicle, you can kind of get maybe it's going to need maintenance down the road, or maybe it's on its last legs, but you can get quite a few miles on some of them by doing that. I don't know. Most modern ones are like sealed though, aren't they? I'm just saying, my son has like a 4MATIC Mercedes, and it's like this. He had to like break the seal because he wanted to service it or something. He had to do some trick to get in.
Yeah, that's crazy stuff. Yeah, I don't know if it's like that or not, but it is an automatic. And I got to do some research on it. See what it's going to cost me.
Maybe it can get flushed.
I can still drive it in low gear going forward. I mean, this when it happened, basically I put it into gear and yeah, the fluid it looks like it's right there. It probably needs to be changed. Definitely. Maybe changing the fluid would do it, right?
It wouldn't hurt.
It could be anything.
Yeah.
When you and maybe Smiley will agree with me on this. Usually when you've got tranny problems like that, when they go in and actually pump that shit out of your transmission,
it fucks everything up.
Yeah, that's when shit really starts going south. Sometimes it's better to just change it, drop that pan, change the filter, and put the 5 quarts, 6 quarts tranny fluid back in it.
Mm-hmm.
So the problem with all that is the fluid oxidizes with temperature, and over time and all that. But as it oxidizes, it actually turns acidic. So it fucking basically
Starts eating it up.
That happens with all of your petroleum. That's why you have to change your engine oil, because it happens quicker. And it's why you have to change your power steering fluid, your tranny fluid, your differentials. Maybe differentials a little different reason, but that's why, because that fluid oxidizes, it becomes acidic, and it literally fucking eats the shit out of the inside of that. So.
How come nobody ever told me that shit? That's the first I ever heard of that. Damn it.
No, it's,
You know, 50, 60 K is a normal interval. Nowadays, a lot of them say you don't have to change them, but it's still a fucking stupid thing not to.
You know lots of things from this generation, from the analog world. This is just another one of them. I hope to be learning like at least something new every week from the analog world, you know, because there's so much digital bullshit. I just want some analog fucking I like getting in an old 70s car. My son just bought a 1978 Porsche 924 for $2,000, and it's really nice. I'm just saying, it's a fun car. He had the 924S, which has a different motor in it. It's a little more modern, but he wrecked it a couple winters ago, and he always wanted to get another one. So it's kind of cool when you get a second chance with one of those, relics.
Yeah, those are fun cars.
I think eventually they just want everybody to be on a monthly payment and do it like they do your phones. That's why the lease programs were so big. Like fucking Cadillac had a deal going where you just paid a monthly fee and you could fucking switch vehicles like every other week or some shit. You go in and tell them you want to drive a different vehicle, just switch it out.
dude, out here it's getting
Yeah.
to the point where California doesn't want you to have a car.
No.
They want you dependent on public transportation.
Yeah.
I want 10 cars and a couple for the kids each.
Dude, the whole San
And
Francisco. Oh, sorry.
Say, and a decent, this is the punchline, and a decent fucking insurance company. Not a bunch of fucking drugs. Goddamn, those guys need to smoke some dope.
I was gonna say the San Francisco like trolley thing. That's like one of the big things on the monopoly or monopolization of from big oil. You know, like they bought out that trolley system, ripped everything out, and they had a deal worked out with General Motors and Firestone Tires, and they fucking put in buses that would use your diesel fuel instead of electricity, and they fucking bought all General Motors buses to do it, and they fucking all took Firestone tires. But it was,
Yeah, because the trolley cars, they lasted too long, right?
right, yeah, right. It was, can't have that shit, you know. But it was basically they didn't make money off that, you know what I mean? So that was their way of like buying out the competition and just being like, they literally bought it and just ripped up all the fucking majority of the track and like all the working parts or whatever. Like it's fucking. But yeah, like that was a big part of that before the monopoly like really got figured out. But it never really got shut down, I don't think.
So did you guys hear what happened with San Francisco trying to implement the electric buses?
The electric what?
They were trying to bring in, and they still are, buses. They're electric rather than straight up electric bus. It's a freaking Prius as a bus, right? So when they first started testing them, they found that A, they didn't have enough power to make it up some of the hills in San Francisco, and B, they didn't have enough juice to make their entire route. So rather than scrap on the whole program, California doubled down and bought more of them.
So they made them smaller, shorter routes.
Which is stupid because those buses can run off natural gas and propane and things. They're not perfect systems, but out in like California where you don't get freezing temperatures and shit, those are very efficient and they fucking give out zero emission, man. They're fucking zero emission. You know, they'll have all the power you need. It's funny. Everything, oh, electric. It's like, what? We got other options, man. Like that's the thing. There's other options.
See, here's what I don't get is how come these electric, they're coming out with the electric vehicles. Okay, cool, I get it. But there should be some sort of charging system on board so you don't need to fucking plug in. If you're going to go electric, put some kind of an alternator or a stator or something in there that'll, give you starting power, and then
they have the regenerative braking.
They had the hybrid.
But they're still plug-in though.
Yeah, but you can't break the law of like whatever law of thermodynamics or energy, whatever that is, energy conservation. But you can't. Yeah, you're not going to build more electricity from using electricity, basically.
Well, Tesla knew how to do it.
No, it's the whole problem with the perpetual. But you're talking like 0 point stuff and whatever. But the perpetual motion and like the way, like all those things you see on YouTube about the alternators running and people powering whatever. It's like those aren't actually like they'll generate power, but it takes power to spin them. That's why it works on your car, because you're using the power of the car to spin it. So if you have an outside source powering it, yeah, you could get electricity from it. But if you're using a battery to power a motor, to power that thing, it's not giving you enough back to power the system itself. You still are run the battery to it.
You know what scares me the most is eco-sensitive hippies going 0 to 100 in fucking 1.6 seconds in mega mode.
Right. They're fast.
I mean, give me a goddamn break, okay?
No doubt. Anyway. I mean, the technology is cool. I'm just saying, like,
it's like it's the same stuff, launch control that you have in a race car. I'm just saying, it's like better than most actually. So there you go.
Yeah, well, like hybrid cars, like you guys were talking, like the Prius or whatever, that absolutely is used in F1, and they do run the whole belly pan of a Formula One car is a fucking battery, and they even do the, like I was saying, the regenerative braking. The idea is your momentum of your car slowing you down is what's powering that generator. Basically, that's the power of the generator, so it's able to gather that energy. And they do the same thing on the wind down of the turbo. Sick.
Yeah, I'm up on that stuff. I think that actually they're changing their whole kind of paradigm over time, and that goes for like rallycross and also rally. They're all kind of have kind of hybrid systems in the mix, and they just had the last dirt rally with this last generation of rally car. Rally Finland was this last weekend. And it's like historic because these cars are like, the combustion oriented cars that we know from the past. And there was some sentiment about it. Anyway, not that. And you know what? Everybody smokes weed everywhere. So.
Well, I think what's that famous one in Colorado? The Pikes Peak. I think that world record just got broke by an electric car. I think they set I think it set the all-time record up that fucking thing.
Yeah, they did that Volkswagen hybrid, but it was like, like the old record was like, let's just say 806, and the new record's like 732, or maybe it even went a minute faster. I think it was a minute faster. And the guy who had set the record before was a world champion rally guy, like 7-time champion from rally, or 9-time champion from rally. So it's like the guy was the best driver in the world at the time, and he came in the minute. Sorry.
No, I want to say that thing can, because they had like power at every wheel, so like they could fucking, like you talk about all-wheel drive when you're cornering speed or whatever, but if you can power the outside wheels like a certain percentage harder than the inside wheels, like you'd fucking corners.
Yeah.
Dude. Like some of that shit is, they can program that into them fucking things. So like they could have mapped that whole track out and programmed that car to fucking do it. You know what I mean? Like a lot of them things. They're not as good as a real driver though. They don't have the feel like a real driver would. It's all because
the driver had one. The inertia, wouldn't it?
What's that?
It would change the inertia going around the corners. If you had that kind of power in your wheels, you could actually adjust the power in the outside wheels more.
Well, it'd just make it go around the corner like you had a stagger, basically, like your outer
Okay.
tire was bigger than your inner tire. It's kind of
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah. Okay. Sorry.
like a
Boo boy,
skid
go ahead.
steer mower or some shit, and things turn on a dime and shit like that.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, they're controlling each different wheel to make it do that.
All I was going to say is the driver was a former F1 driver and also a Le Mans winner. So I'm just saying these guys are like, pilots, and it is not without danger. Anybody watch any video of Pikes and go back to the 80s when it was all dirt, and stuff like that. It's amazing stuff.
Yeah, them guys
That's
are fucking crazy, dude.
Yes.
It's not.
Yes.
Oh man. Yeah. I haven't personally driven Pikes Peak, but I've been up other mountain passes similar to that. In Alaska, actually, before when we went. I want to say they called it Dead Man's Pass or some shit. Fuck no, there was.
Aren't those cars equipped with like parachutes and shit because they're up there in such high elevation?
Maybe, Johnny. I don't know. There's definitely guys that wreck hardcore, man. There's fucking hardcore.
Oh my god, that's some great. I've watched quite a few of those, and it scared me just watching some of those corners the way they went around them, and they were just right on the edge, throwing rocks out into nowhere.
Yeah, I don't know. That's not my style, like the drifting and all that. I don't know. I am not to say that when you're racing you don't drift a corner or two, but it's not with the intention of putting the car sideways as fucking possible. That's not fast. Loose is fast, but
Straight is fast. Every time you slide that car sideways, you're losing a lot of speed and a lot of momentum, and most likely a few spots.
yeah. You want to?
Well, I'm glad to see that technology is keeping up with, kind of maybe sport is keeping up with technology, introducing some of these things on a more mainstream level. It does take a little while to catch on, because I do remember the first time I saw like a electric motorcycle, a dirt bike, and seeing them accelerate and jump with it. And it's like, holy shit, man, that thing's amazing. And then, now all those things are mainstream. They even have like, electric assisted bicycles, mountain bikes, commuter bikes. It's like, why not, right? People like to have a little bit of a push every now and then.
Well, I know I was pretty impressed with the electric forklifts when they first came out. Those were pretty amazing that they could do all that kind of stuff without an engine, pretty much.
Yeah, I could see
all the hydraulics.
I could see a lot of the chainsaws and some of that shit all being electric here before long. Like snow blowers and leaf blowers, all that shit.
They're forcing that out here. Like, your regular, landscaping devices, mowers, trimmers, hedgers, whatever. There's certain areas in California now where they're banned. You can't run a gas weed whacker or a gas blower.
Is that because of the decibels?
Nope. It's because of the air quality certification crap.
Really?
Yeah.
They are getting strict down there.
Yeah, it's getting bad. Now, it's not.
So
it's not.
What happens if you're smoking a cigarette walking down the sidewalk? Do they jump you?
You get
beat the fuck out of you?
So
while I'm already a gas blower there, smoking your cigarette.
Right?
riding your John Deere.
You have to have a beer in your hand without a bag. If you have a bag, you have a beer without a bag, you get arrested.
Sounds like they're setting themselves up for a bad electrical problem. You know what I mean? Either it's going to be it already is super expensive for electricity out there. But once you make everything charging on the grid like that, fuck, man. Hoover Dam's fucking drying up. You know what I mean? That's a huge source for power for that fucking region and shit.
Yeah,
What do you
You're
do
talking
then?
my puddle right there, Eagle. The Hoover Dam.
Jeez.
That's Johnny's backyard right there.
Yeah, that's
So,
my backyard.
No, I don't know if you guys hear about it, outside of California, but we got blackouts out here with the electricity. During the summertime when it's hotter than shit and people are, needing their air conditioner, the grid out here can't handle all the power being drawn. So they shut the fucking thing down.
That's what I'm saying. Add every fucking mower and yard tool and car to that. You're fucking aspirated by fucking 1,000. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's been happening for over 20 years though too. But like that's because it's Edison. They decided to turn off the power. Imperial, they don't lose power. Like we had across the street that Imperial, they had their power all year long, and we would lose power every year for 3-4 days out of the month. Fucking turn off. Like what the fuck? Why do they have power? Like fuck, they have Imperial. So Imperial irrigation would keep their power running. They would fucking turn off Edison. Fuck Edison.
We have issues out here where if the wind gets above like 30 miles an hour, they'll cut power in that area. Because their equipment is so
PB&G,
that the wind will blow the power line down, start a goddamn forest fire, and burn down Mendocino.
So did you guys? What do you think about the anchor issue out there off of Orange or off the coast there?
It's a clusterfuck out there too.
I mean, they're gonna stop pumping oil on the coast. You watch, California coast. They're gonna stop drilling oil.
Oh, there's no drilling out here. They already stopped it.
So where was that pipeline going?
Not 100% sure. Probably back towards Eagle and Smiley's direction, bypassing us.
Yeah, that's line number 5 wasn't it?
What's that, Eagle?
So wasn't it
So that's
line number 5, the one that came here, the one that got fucked up?
Oh, I'm not sure which one got fucked up, to be honest with you.
no, that's out in the west. I mean, that's out in the Pacific Ocean, man. If that shit got busted.
I was hanging out with a cat, the same cat that I was trying to pass the dog to the other day. He actually worked on them oil spills, the Juan Valdez oil spill out there. He actually had a container of what he called their number 6 oil, which was like thicker than fucking smooth peanut butter and shit. I was like, this is oil? He's like, yeah, that's their fucking real crude shit right there. Good shit. Yeah. I can't believe they still would pump after all that shit. All the oil spills and shit.
It's pretty serious business. Like, when the part that was so graphic was the rehabilitation of the actual environment there, because those seabirds and the otters and all the stuff, they actually did make an attempt, and a pretty good attempt, I think, to take care of the habitat, reclaim it, and to, I guess the word would be just clean it,
wash it.
Yeah, wash it. And it was pretty dramatic though when we look back at that and other like incidents. What Eagle's saying there about it, it's like a sledge. It's not easily dealt with. It like washes up, and it's still like the residual like almost like rubber type of things still on beaches and stuff.
Yeah,
it doesn't really.
That's what he was saying was fucking. I'm like, so was that shit they put on it? Did it like, dissolve or break up the oil, or what did it do? He said that that oil, that shit doesn't go away. He said, all we did that shit that he said it dispersed it, so basically you couldn't see it or whatever. Some of it clumped up and you could vacuum it up, but he's like, whatever got away, well, it's like there. You know what I mean? It doesn't go away. It's basically what he said. Ugh. Really?
Yeah, I was a lot. then I remember it. You know, I'm just saying it was a big event here in Alaska because we're so dependent on oil money. Everybody here actually is kind of in on it, so to speak. So when something so graphic happened, and then because it was negligence on behalf of the captain, he was actually drunk. It just was an ugly scene. Anyway, a little educational moment.
Yep, that Valdez moment, that was something else.
So let's talk about some growing.
There you go.
Okay.
I don't know exactly what in particular, but something.
Oh, you can't bring it up and not kick off the topic. No,
Oh,
come
all
on.
right. So cloning techniques. I was just taking some out in the basement, and Johnny's sand tech, I know, is the rock star, but I had some popping out of the Rockwell cubes there. Let me out of this bitch. So they're kicking.
Oh yeah, that's nice rooting.
There was a little bit of brown, but that was just because I probably should have transplanted them sooner than that. They had a full beard, so to speak.
Could have just said, "Hey guys, look at my big fat roots."
No, chat was like, I fucking watch a auto racing show if I wanted to talk about racing. So, just trying to stay on.
I'm just fucking with you, Smiley. I'm just fucking.
But that is some big old bearded roots though, man, for just fucking aloe. That's, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Those
I
look
like
great.
it. Yeah, they look super healthy.
When you were going to introduce gardening topics, I was going to say, I just kind of bit my tongue for once. So I was going to say, well, we could always start with rooting.
Yeah, there was another one. It wasn't just the ones either.
Oh, it's shooting out the top, huh?
Yeah, it was like 3 of the carts had them just shooting out the top. I don't know what I did, but they don't always do that. So
That's a vigorous plant there.
yeah, it must have been.
Most definitely.
Yeah, it's funny. Good.
I was just asking what strain was it?
Those actually were some of the Sky Punch, and then the one I'm calling Hippie Goggles, I guess. So it's but it's sky color. It's the sky color to the sunset impressions. A couple of them I did.
So when you start with the rock wool, you just pH down it. Is that correct?
Rock wool needs to be, yeah, to my understanding. I've actually never used rock wool though.
Oh, I thought the first one that you presented, you might have said something about rock wool. Because
like root riot plugs. They're like the
oh, okay.
See, I've had some pretty decent success with rock wool, but it seems like the last few times I've tried it, nothing happened. I got dead cuts instead of roots.
Yeah, there's something about soaking those. There's like a pre-soak, so if you are going to use them, you should look that up from somebody that knows it. But there's like, yeah, you got to pH the water and soak for so long in the pH water. I don't know what the pH would have to be, so I don't want to say it wrong. But
yeah, that's what I've been doing is, all along, I've soaked them with, got them to the right pH, soaked them in a little bit of rooting solutions, the whole 9 yards, just like you would a riot rooter, pretty much, with the soaking of it. But I've always had good success. But it seems like the last few rounds, I don't know, it was bad rock wool or what's going on. But another buddy of mine that he actually holds my Mendo breath cut, is having the same issue now all of a sudden. He cannot get, he's tried the root riots, he's tried rock wool, and he cannot get roots. All of a sudden it's I don't know what the fuck. But that cut especially will, usually 5 to 6 days you're seeing root. And all of a sudden now, I was trying to root other cuts that I had and they wouldn't root. He's trying to root this thing and it won't root. So I'm not sure if it's something bad with rock wool now or what the hell's going on, but something's weird with it.
It's funny. I have a kind of a box of some old gardening supplies underneath of my little grow studio here, and there's a couple of and a couple of rows of rock wool. I think somebody must have given them to me, and so every once in a while I hear somebody say something favorable about rock wool, and I think, well, I should try a round of clones with that rock wool out there in the back. But it's like this: when I do it, I might just do it just for the shits and giggles. I want to at least treat the fucking shit right.
There's a lot of like cloning places that use those, so I mean there's got to be something good. But I would imagine too, like there could always be a bad batch or whatever. Eagle was talking about that with the root riot ones too. He got a bad batch of them. I think that you said
Don't you talk bad about the root riots. It was
No,
a hydroponics, cheap bastards, is what that was.
All right.
So, but my opinion on the Rockwell though, in my opinion, unless you're doing like a hydroponic setup, period, fuck the Rockwell as far as cloning goes, because you're in my opinion, you see the Rockwell, the roots that come out of there, they're not necessarily reachers like the root riot cubes, basically, or like the ones Gus got there. The roots that come out of them cubes are super fine and kind of meant to be fed and basically gimped along. So you're not, in my opinion, you take one of them root riot or the Rockwell cubes and then put one of those clones into soil, you're going to get you're not going to get the same size plant as you would something that was cloned in a root riot cube or cloner or Johnny Santech, where the roots were free and reaching and reaching and reaching.
How about air layer when you're cloning with soil itself?
The layered clones? Yeah, I think you would get a decent root. Same as the root you're going to get from Johnny Santech.
You know what I noticed?
Hey Gus, what was yours soaking in there?
Just I do a pre-soak in I think it's BioAg makes this stuff called Cytoplus, which is like seaweed and humic acids. It's like I think it might be like a seaweed extract or something. I don't know. I'd have to look at that label again. And then the water is Azos, just Azos in the water, and I just top it off and give it some bubbles here and there. And I have the Cytoplus is also mixed with straight aloe leaf pulp, and I mix it. You just mix it all up, and you add a little bit of water, just barely a little bit of purified water. You'll see, like, you want it to be kind of a jelly consistency, and that's the clone rooter. That's the rooting gel that I use, and you can put it in your fridge and it lasts forever. I shake it up and the shit fizzes for like 2.5 minutes, so everything's still really good in it. I've probably had it for like 1.5 years in my fridge, and that's what I use. And then Azos, the powder. You just put a little bit in some water and put your cuttings in there. I'm pretty particular about my cuttings, though. I shave them. I like to try to take a razor to the bottom, like an actual like beard razor, and kind of give them a little shave until I see the inside of the stem. So that way I know the root is going to be exposed.
I also do that. Do you split it once you get it that far? Do you take the razor and split it into 2 or 4?
I do like to split it. I do get better results when I split it after I shave it. Yeah. Yeah. I used to just split it before I started the shaving thing, and I did fine with that. But the shaving, I notice it roots a lot faster. And
How many days does it normally take?
I'm gonna say 10 just to be safe, but I've had it root before then, and it's not always big old roots like this one. This one I don't think I'm gonna run Mr. Nasty again, so I'm just kind of like letting it sit there. Also, I noticed this is gonna sound crazy, but when you say you re-veg, or something happens, your power goes out for a few days or something like that, you got to shut your grow down or something like that. You got to hide everything, shit like that happens, and you want to start back up and you still got the same plants. If you take a cutting off that plant, and then you try to root it, it'll root a hell of a lot faster. I've noticed.
Because of the stress that it went through? Or
I'm not sure, but I mean, like these these over here. Hold on, let me switch it around. These are all re-veg. Here, hold on. You can tell they're kind of crazy. I can't see what I'm doing here, but I'm trying to show you guys. You can see they're all.
Yeah, that looks kind of gnarly in there.
These were re-vegged, but I'm telling you, because I had to shut everything down for a few days. I thought I was going to move or something, and you know how that goes. But yeah, they're just now greening up, man. I just hit them with some FAA and OHN and shit. But yeah, like if you notice, this has a pre-flower. It has like a flower. Where am I? This is like dying. This is not good examples, you know what I mean? But it is an example just to show you guys. I mean, I've had results like this with just water, but the Azos definitely helps kick it into gear. But yeah, I mean, that was from a re-veg Mr. Nasty, and it like shot up within days. I was surprised.
Welcome in, Cannon Trooper.
What's going on, Johnny? How you guys doing tonight?
Cheers, bro.
Good.
Cheers. I'm gonna take a dab. Cheers.
Oh yeah.
That sounds like a plan. I think I'll join you to it. I'll do a hit.
So yeah, my next thing I want to try, just experiment with and see how much I like it. I mean, regardless of whether it's a good or bad success, I just want to see how much I vibe with it, and how much it fits into the things I want to do. But air layer cloning. Mainly this has to do with when I'm doing seed runs and I'm popping a whole seed pack and I want to do a pheno hunt. My theory is if I start a plant, let's just say in a 1 gallon, start seed in a 1 gallon.
Those are nice lights.
Transplant to a 10, and then take air layered clone, just maybe 1, because you get pretty high success with that. You don't have to take 15 clones to hope you get 12 if you need 12, or something like that. So anywho, and then that clone that gets taken, now that's going to be the new mom, or what goes into veg, or it gets transplanted and stays in veg, or 18-6 light cycle. And then that seed plant, the original seedling, is what's going to be flowered out. If they're males, if I don't need males, then they'll just get pulled. If they're males and I need males, they'll get separated. They go in their own room or something like that, their own tent, or far away from the female as possible, obviously. And
What do you got going on there? I'm sorry. I see all these plants and I'm just like, wow, he's got a bunch of stuff going on in there. Sorry.
Yeah, so air cloning. If anyone has ever done that, holler at me on Instagram, I guess. That's what you do, or if you've ever done it.
Have you heard of grow film?
Grow film?
Yeah, it's like this new thing that they came out with in Japan. It's like it's of the same substance it's like in diapers that absorbs that absorbs moisture.
We're gonna put some Huggies or Pampers on our plants.
Right. Yeah. No, they they use this it's like a jelly kind of like, it's pretty weird, man. But it's just like a thin layer. You can just lay it on whatever the hell you want and roots will grow through it like nothing. I mean, and you can feed it whatever you want. It seems pretty interesting. But it looks like something that would be really good for cloning. Like really easy. You just like kind of lay your cuts on it or something, or just like stick. You could even do like a vertical thing.
You know what that might be good for? Never mind. Never mind. Just say this happens in another dimension. No one actually ever does this. But if you're getting clones from one place to another, I don't know if people like I said,
I like how
no one's ever done this before. But if you've ever wet paper towel and kind of wrapped it around the stem, you did the cuttings, not necessarily really
ooh, you got that Julius Caesar. Nice. Bro, is that do you know if that would be one of those Kelly Connection?
Yep, so they're right here, Kelly Connection.
Dude, that's cool, man.
Yeah, I bought it once before and I was like fucking stoked, and then my mom brought it and I was like fucking more stoked. So I was like, what the fuck? You fucking brought me that?
Oh, that's cool. So I see all these tags on those cuts. That's pretty sweet. So they're like certified, huh?
Yeah, I get them all from the same place. So I know that I can go back and bitch if none of them are worth the shit.
Yeah.
I could leave them a bad review. I'm not gonna leave them a bad review, and other people will not be fucked. But these are pretty damn fucking. Like that one's fire. That alien pebble is growing fucking huge. This is the latest one I got. It's younger than all of them. And it's fucking already taller than all of them. It's like this ice cream cake. Fucking.
Oh yeah.
Beast already. This thing was supposed to be that size, like. And then the biggest blue mile. This fucking thing's a fucking monster. I had to put a big ass pot because it was dying. It was like fucking, the roots were all root bound already. It was in that size pot, like a 10 gallon or whatever. I was in a 20. Yeah.
Ooh. We the outdoor that we're doing is my brother. I love him to death. He doesn't know what the hell it is. He keeps calling it Sisters OG. I think maybe I heard him say it was Kim's sister. And then but he keeps calling it Sisters OG. Now he's calling it Alien OG. And I'm like, Brandon, you're killing me with this, because like he hit it with the Santa cookies, which is 87 Christmas bud with cross with forum cut cookies.
I've heard of Kim's sister, but the other ones I've never heard. Well, I've never heard of it, but I've heard of Kim's sister for sure.
Yeah, no, he's just calling it all this other shit. And I'm just like, dude, what is it? I mean, like, now we don't know what it is. So we're just going to leave that to, to the rebel. Ex-wife. Dude, I've heard of the wife, which is a CBD thing, but.
Ghost OG and Trophy Wife. So, I never heard of Trophy Wife, but sounds like it should be good. I'm thirsty as fuck. It's all droopy.
Hey, what do you guys think about this Slippery Susan here? Hold on a second. Let me pull up my switcheroo here. Got the switcheroo? No. There we go. Okay. What do you guys think about this one, man? You see how crazy it's looking? I mean, do you think I haven't ever had anything that crazy?
Widely fucking.
It's gnarly looking, huh?
What do you say, Smiley?
It looks like a basil plant, and then he had this.
Oh yeah, yeah, it really doesn't look like a cannabis plant at all. It looks like a strawberry or something different.
But it looks like its new leaves are going to be normal, so that's cool. Do you guys ever do stuff like this where you just like you spread it? Just go around and spread everything.
Spread eagle.
Spread eagle.
This dude told me this. He was like, "Go around, Bubba. You go around, you spread all them shoots and open up them sites." And I think he was onto something there. I'm not gonna lie.
It's like a police officer bust in the room, be like, "All right, spread them."
You two, lady, up against the wall.
Put your hands against the wall. Don't say anything smarter. You're going to the clink. Right. Actually, I've had the cops in here before, and they're pretty cool about everything. You know, they told me to get rid of everything, but, you know, they were like, "We got bigger fish to fry, bud. I'm not worried about that." I was like, "Sweet." I was like, I kind of figured, you know.
Hey guys, it's getting kind of late. I gotta wake up early in the morning, so
yeah, fuck you too.
Well,
Only the
thank you
strong
for
survive.
popping in on your vacation, man.
Yeah, definitely.
Sounds like a killer time.
Did he pop out already?
Yeah, dude.
Son of a
Did he?
bitch. Fucking
He
fuck,
gone.
fucking two. I don't give a fuck. Fucking asshole.
Man,
You see how cold that feels, Smiley? See how cold that
I'm fine with it. I just tell him fuck off.
That's hilarious. You out of here too, Smiley?
Oh.
Oh, I thought you said you were going to take off too.
Well, probably in about 20 minutes or 30 minutes. Maybe.
Yeah, I was going to say, stick around to 20 at least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ready to smoke one.
There we go.
About to light it.
One. It's like 10 minutes till the number, but let's smoke another one right now, and then one in 5 minutes, and then fucking be ready in at 20.
Like good.
I like the way you think. Yes, I like that.
That's called planning.
Because we smoke 2 joints before we smoke 2 joints.
And then I'm going to smoke 2 joints.
So what about
Well,
Tony? You stopped on that shit? Because I don't put water in my tray. I was just wondering, does anybody else not put water in their tray? So Carol, but no, he had to jump out. So now I'm the only person who doesn't put water in their fucking tray. Thanks a lot, So Carol.
Oh, you're rubbing that one in, aren't you, Green Fingers?
I was trying to be like, yeah, does anybody else do it, bro? Like acting like I didn't know nobody else did it, but like to him, but like, yeah, now he's gone and I can't have no backup on that shit. I don't put water in my tray. I don't know. It molds out a lot for some reason. It's too humid. Even with it open, it's fucking stuck.
I put water in mine.
I don't. Oh, what did I do? I just knocked myself out.
But that is a critical point because you don't want them just sitting in water either. So. But it's definitely got to have some moisture in
Yeah.
there, especially with the dome. Like the first 3 days, you got the dome all shut and they're fresh kind of cutting, so it's kind of critical to have some moisture in there, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, mine stays totally, the whole top stays like a rainforest on the first maybe 5 to 6 days. So I don't got to put water. They stay all nice and perky, all beautiful. And by day 10, they all have roots. So I don't ever have a problem. It's always easy peasy. By the windowsill, not even under a light, just by the window fucking sill. Like, right there, right there.
Green fingers. I want to applaud your industriousness, because when you got to that new place, things were pretty thin. And what is this? Maybe like 4 or 5, 6 weeks later, you've got yourself basically a full blown garden going. You know.
Yeah, thank you. It wasn't easy, but at the same time,
Yeah, I'm impressed.
same time it was everything I had. Yeah, that was already somebody's money. That was just like, because they were greedy, they wanted to agree. So, and then they don't know how to operate nothing. They can't even fucking grow a plant. So they kind of need me to do it. So I got a free greenhouse out of it too. A 40-foot greenhouse, free. I can't complain. I mean, I will. I still do every Monday when I see him. I'm like, I need this, I need more grow lights, I need this. And like, he comes in a couple weeks with all the shit. So it's, if he wants to operate it right, you got to get the right tools. You know, you guys know how it is. You want the right shit, you got to get the right shit. It doesn't work like with just fucking sewage and fucking water. Got to have like a fucking.
How's your power?
Filter. Yeah, that's the whole thing. Got to have fucking amperage that you can power out. Like, I have to fucking use all the power.
Yeah, how's your power? How's your breaker box?
I got like all my power running through like the kitchen, so that's where I got most of my power. So
Is your refrigerator running?
yeah, it's just not plugged in all the time when I want to make coffee. So
I just seen it running down the street.
No shit, I saw that when I was a kid. When I was a kid, I saw a refrigerator run down the street.
I literally saw it coming.
I used to warn people about that shit too, man. Careful. Motherfuckers running down the street. You better go catch it.
I thought you were going to say better catch it. That's what I was waiting for. Fuckers. But it's different. Because I just saw it running down the street. I never heard that one. All these Burmese banana berry. Almost all of them pop.
Nice.
What's going on, Res?
How's it going, man?
What's up, Resurrection?
You guys were talking about clones and everything you're supposed to do to have success in clones. Well, these are all, this one here is just sitting in this thing now.
Oh, we got a Rockwell guy.
Rockwell.
Uh-oh.
It's finally showing one root. These are little tiny ones. So these all these, yeah, Rockwell. I normally put them in a tray with the water underneath. So these are all, Rockwell.
Yeah, those all look really healthy too.
Yeah, you want to come get them? I don't need them.
Yeah.
Where you at?
You can have those. You can have these. You can have that. We can all but the mother.
What's wrong with them?
Nothing. I just don't have room.
Oh, what do you got going on there?
These are Salmon River. This is what I'm calling 1987 cut. I pulled out of the Salmon River OG. It has that kind of like light blueberry in the black background, but it smells just like a plant I grew in 1987.
Oh, that's cool.
Gives you nice, tight, long nugs with little leafage. So.
Oh, sweet.
So here's another one. This one, these came out of rock wool and went into 16 ounce. These here. Of course, I trim them up a lot, try to bring all of these up to the same height. I'm just playing. This one went into a 1 gallon, at the same time as these went into this.
What state are you out of?
I'm in California. I'm about 20 miles from SoCal WeednerdWord right now.
Oh, so you're like right
yeah,
down the way
that's too
from
far
me
for
too.
me.
Then.
Yeah,
I'm at the
this is
Salton
a male
Sea.
I kept back here.
I want one
Yeah,
of
you
the,
might
one of
have
the
somebody
trees.
coming to see you there, Rest.
If there's somebody here that wants some clones, they're more than welcome to these, as long as you're growing in soil. But I can always strip them back down to roots.
I grow in soil. Oh
Rather kill them than they go to salt garden.
What's that?
yeah. Hell yeah. That's what I do.
Rather kill them if they go to the salt garden.
Oh,
Well, you just
Too
have
funny.
to. I guess you just take them out and do them like I did with this one, right? This one here. I did this one the other day,
Yeah.
playing around with it. I took it all the way down to this. And now it's just sitting in water for the last 3 days.
I've done that before, actually. The last I had a Mr. Nasty one that I did like that, and I gave it to a buddy.
so Rez,
Yes, sir.
what's your idea there, man? Why are you doing that? Why'd you take it down to the roots and stick it in that? What was your thinking?
There was 2 plants in one, and I'd never done it, so I have so many seeds, and I'm getting ready to open this door. You'll see why.
Oh shit.
This is a 6.5
Yeah.
by 6.5 by 7 foot room.
Nice.
And these are all, well, these 3, this one here, and this here are my seeds that I made from the Salmon River back cross, one of the plants. So that there's testing. That's one of the 8 that I haven't finished doing my own testing on. These are Ice Queen, which is I can't look it up right now. But there's a C99. No, that's not C99. It's a BX1 cheese. What's that?
Are you gonna flip them to flour next week?
They should be at flower right now, man.
Yeah, no shit. I was gonna say if you're gonna stack that room like that.
Yeah, I know, right? This is what my back went out again, so I always run into a problem every time my back goes out. Well, I was planning on cutting. I was planning on cutting clones off every single one of these. So this is Sister Cheese. That was a test. That was a freebie. And back here we have something that's called Loving Cup. These are all, and then Loving Cup, Love It. These are all Loving Cup. So this was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 out of 12 seeds were female. These 4 here are Super Silver Haze F2 times Grapefruit F2. These here down here are Elmo's Fire, which was a friend of Professor P's that passed away. Ellen Farmer Brown's, I think that was her husband or boyfriend, I'm not sure. And it was a seed that he made from moose and lobster, from the same thing that some of my stuff's made from, and crossed to, it was his favorite strain, crossed back to the G13, original G13 haze, which I'm getting ready to pop that. So that's what these 3 are here. And that's what that male back there is, because 1 or 2 of these smell heavy in chocolate like the male does. So I might do a back cross. So this is a strain of his back here called App and Glow. This is cherry vanilla cookies times huckleberry. I really like this back here.
It's the 420 cheers, everybody.
This is
Just
the
to
one
let
I was going
everybody
to do.
know. Keep going, Rez.
I was going to do a back cross on that, but I got rid of the male. That's the one that smells just like Oreo cookies that I'm smoking on now. And I didn't keep a cut of it, but I found it again in the seed. You know, plants are so wild, man. There's one in here. Where's it at? It's this one I got back here named marked perfume, right? So if you do a stem rub, it smells like perfume. I wrote it on here, right? But if you smell the top of it, it smells like baby shit. I'm serious. I was like, what? And that's just wrong, man. There's just something wrong with that. So there's a lot of good stuff in here with his crosses. So you have a lot of cheese in here. There's Cheese BX in here. His Cheese BX. There's C99, White Widow, Huckleberry. What else is in here? Man, there's all kinds of stuff I'm missing. You know, when you get this many, it was just a little too many. Anybody else have that problem?
Yeah. Yeah, as a matter of fact, that's kind of what I was going through a little bit ago. Every time I turned around, I saw somebody else popping beans, and I said, well, shit, I'm gonna pop some too. And ever since I started doing the different cloning tech, I'm not losing any clones. So it's like now I've got to be very, very selective about what I'm doing.
The res, Matthew SoCal in chat said he'll come get those tomorrow.
Yeah.
Or I
Yeah.
guess he just said he'll come get them. Didn't put a time frame, but
yeah, he can come. He can come get them. He's more than welcome to get them. I don't even have room outside for him. I got my whole outside garden, 10 by 12 area outside stuff full. So I got some big plants out there. Yeah, he's welcome to him. It's a great pheno, man. He'll really like it. I mean, call it what you want. I call it feel good stuff. You know, it makes me feel better.
Right. So the stuff you got outside, is it how close is it to being?
Some of it's within a week. One of them I trimmed up because I gave it too much. What's the langbonite? What is that? Is that how you pronounce that? Langbonite?
Sounds right. Langbonite.
Yeah, it's a phosphorus. I guess phosphorus. So I forgot I had put the Papa's poop back on it. The stuff that goes on the M3 that you can buy to add, their mix back into it, and then I put that on top of it, and then I watered them, and then I had an anethystation, so I put DE out, and that was just even more stuff, and it was just like a couple of them just fried right away.
You got to get rid of it. You need boric acid.
What's that?
Boric acid.
Boric acid. That's how I fix that.
Yeah.
So if I don't want to make that mistake again, Red Pill. Hey, you remember that seed I was telling you about? That's that Salmon River. I told you you were talking about the floral has the, the major help for the your eye pressure. Those terps are the floral and the rose and stuff. Well, that's what comes out of them. That's what comes out of this. All these. These are beautiful plants. I pick a lot of top leaves off. Try to keep them short. Anyways,
it's funny that.
What? Go ahead.
I was gonna say with the smells. It's the last time I had something that I really liked that actually was a ChemDog 91. Was from an extract company out in Colorado, Viola Extracts or Labs. I always mix up much because I call it Viola, but they had a Chem 91, and the way it smelled and it's maybe something that maybe only I know, because unless someone is familiar with phospholine iodine for glaucoma medicine. Okay, so it's a weird thing. It's usually the pharmaceutical company or company would send it to a pharmacy, and then the pharmacy would make it on site. They'd send them the raw ingredient, and they'd have a certain rate that they dilute into said 30 days worth of eye drops. Well, sometimes it's a little bit, the dose was a little bit high, so it's almost like a saturated solution. So every time I would put an eye drop in, a couple of hours later, it would dry out and create a crystalline dust all over my eyeball, basically. Well, sorry, whatever. That would have a particular weird smell. Don't ask why I smelled my crystal eyeball dust, but
crystal.
Well, it's a good thing to smell anything.
Well,
just to make sure that it's not,
right,
harmful.
human instinct, I guess. We all do it, I guess. Yeah. Thank you, Gus. Thank you. But yeah, so
Like you
this
ever
Chem
smell your
91,
balls after you sniff? I mean, you itch them?
I do everything. Anything I touch, I sniff, scratch and sniff every surface. Okay, anyways.
My girlfriend says I do it, but I don't mean to. You know,
Subconscious, she catches you doing it, and you didn't even think you were doing it.
Scratch the balls. You scratch the balls.
So,
scratch and sniff. I'm just
this
joking.
Chem 91 I had from
Or am
Viola
I?
smelled exactly like this eye drop. So that equated to me like there has to be some medical connection. Why would my brain automatically correspond with that Chem 91 smelling like my eyeball crust?
Well, that kind of actually makes sense now that you put it that way.
Yeah. But why did I say that? Because what Rez was referring to is a lot of chem dog strains give me something called synesthesis. I think I said that right. Right. So I might have fucked up a syllable in there, but it's when you have two different senses that cross. Like you can smell sounds or you can taste colors, shit like that.
Synesthesia.
So, yeah, there you go.
You know.
Synesthesia.
So I'll give you
There's a
give you
weird
a little
movie
tip.
on that.
So when I
tip
would
for those.
smoke this chem dog, I would have a flash of white light. I would see basically like the color white when I would do a dab of it, and it would remind me of my my Omi's or my grandmother's favorite flowers, which were white carnations. So there definitely was a strange white carnation floral mixed with eyeball crust terpene profile with this Chem 91.
Huh. Interesting. I have to ask him. I got a question. What'd you say the chemical was?
Phospholine iodine. Anyone? It's either iodide or iodine. Phospholine is. It doesn't even have a generic like pharmaceutical name. It's a really hard. If you have glaucoma, you may have been prescribed it, or someone here in the chat if they might have been across. But it's not even in major production. It's really hard to get. Like there was one time where we were really even going to Mexico, willing to go to Mexico to try to get it because the pharmaceutical company won't stock pharmacies with it because there's basically no money in it for them because it costs too much money to produce and not enough people are being prescribed it from their doctor, supposedly. Is what
Depends on who you know, right?
That's a shame. I'm sure in some other country where they get it from, they probably still make it here and there or something.
Mhm.
So, like there's got to be a source of it.
Maybe it was AstraZeneca because it definitely came from the UK. There was certain times where like it was so necessary for me to do. The doctor that I have wrote some kind of prescription where they sent it right from the manufacturer, and it was in like the coolest cooler. I wish. Why did I say coolest cooler? The
coolest
dopest,
cooler.
The water boy, right? The dopest looking cooler that I've ever seen, and it was like gray and black, and it had like a red biohazard sticker on it, and it was dry ice packed.
That's awesome.
Yeah, dude. But we had to send it back. I wish I could have fucking yanked that shit. But all that was in it was dry ice, and like I said, this raw powder that was the the medicine, and then it had like a little note for it, and we were supposed to do it. And my dad was like pissed off at the fact that they gave us this thing and it wasn't already made, in the eye drops, right? They just gave us the fucking crystal powder. So we took it to the pharmacist and they had to concoct the dilution rating, whatever.
Oh boy.
Well, Redfield, couldn't you make that?
I'm pretty confident that if I had the right laboratory setting and right access to all the different,
I'm pretty confident that you could make that too if you had the right setting.
I need the formula for it, and some of those things are guarded. There's not even a generic. See, the thing is, normally I think pharmaceutical companies are like held to something where they have the patent for something for up to 7 years, and then they have to like share it or make it like public domain so generic companies can make it,
Right.
but
Right.
that hasn't even been done with this shit yet. I don't even have it prescribed to me now. Like I have 3 different eye drops, but back
That's
in the day,
messed up.
this particular phospholine was like the best of all. Yeah.
Have you ever used like colloidal silver for eye drops?
No.
Oh.
That would scare me, to be honest. Not that I wouldn't use
Somebody
colloidal
colloidal
silver for
I've
anything.
done it. I've used it in my
colloidal
eyes.
copper. I heard people using colloidal copper.
It wasn't. I mean, what did I forgot what was going on, but I remember using it and it felt really cool. That's all I remember.
Did you have Silver Surfer visions after that?
You could say something like that. It was like a trans-dimensional squirmish of nuggets and mushrooms.
Wow.
Yeah, but yeah, I heard that helps repair your eyes though. The colloidal silver, or if you have any like allergic reaction, that it helps. So I gave it a couple drops just to see. I think I don't even remember what was going on, so there must have been nothing, and there was no harm done. Yeah, I mean, colloidal silver though.
So where did you hear that? Putting it in your eyes.
I think it said it right on the bottle, actually.
Oh,
so
really?
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
And that's why I did it.
I took that stuff once as a dosage internally, and had been doing it already. But that day I had no food in my stomach, and I was getting ready to go on like a 500-mile trip with my family. Man, I got in the car. I got sick on this stuff as soon as I got in the car.
Oh yeah, you had to shit, huh?
Oh yeah, man, it just made my stomach and everything to just go. I think everything came out. I can't remember this day.
You could have had a parasite or something.
Going to the truck stop.
Because that's kind of what happens when you take silver and you have like some kind of internal gut issue. Is usually it'll flip it upside down real quick. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I know all about those issues. More wine. More
Sugar
wine
belly.
and more brownies.
Oof.
Yes, more brownies. That's what I got.
I use the dosage. Anybody else have a suggested dosage for a mixture on how much coconut oil they use and how much cannabis they put in, how much coconut oil? I use the directions and the amount that I got from Tao, from the American one.
How much does he say to use?
That old book. That old book says put 4 ounces for 1 pound of butter, or 2 cups of oil instead of 4 pound of butter.
It seems like an absurd amount of cannabis for 1 pound of butter.
Does that sounds like a lot of cannabis?
Oh shit,
yes.
yeah.
That's what I
did
do.
like 10 grams per stick, and that shit was stronger than shit. There's what? 4 sticks. Oh, yeah, pal. Yeah, you're talking what? 4 ounces?
It's about 4. Well, I don't have a scale anymore, so I just go, and it's gotten real heavy. So I just took, and I'm like, oh damn, these baggies ain't like the old baggies, so I can't judge it. You know, like, they're not a fold over. I'm used to I haven't sold weed since it was a fold over. You know, so lick the bag, fold over. Here you go, guy. So like these big zabbies, they're a quarter. They're what? Quarter gallons, right? A quarter gallon.
Oh, the quart bags?
Yeah, quart bags. So what do you think it holds? I stuff it all the way full and put 3 cups of oil to that.
It's funny you bring them up, Raz. Fucking my stepmom not so long ago tried to hand me a box. I'm like, I need to, weigh some stuff up for some patience. I forgot to do the shit before I left home. I forgot to stop by some baggies. She handed me them old school sandwich bags. I'm like, nobody wants a lick and stick bag. Nobody does that shit anymore.
That's not COVID kosher.
Cool. That's funny.
Of course, back when I stopped selling weed, it wasn't rock hard like it is now. And even my own buds, I can reach back here and pull out. I'm like, this ain't the shit I used to get. This ain't the buds that I used to get. The shit that I'm growing is better than I used to get. It's like, so it's hard to determine how much is in the bag. I was gonna buy a scale the other day, but I was already spending like $100 on my shit. And I was like, oh, $40 for a scale? I'll just keep on guessing.
Yeah, that's difficult when you got rock hard buds. Yeah. I put, when I did my last pound of butter, I would say, the 4 sticks. When I did that one, I basically put an ounce in. So I put 28 grams in.
Well,
so basically each one of my cubes has a 1/4 ounce in it.
Yeah, I put an ounce a stick.
Well, I'm getting
an ounce per stick.
Yeah.
So that's why this one didn't even coagulate. It normally coagulates sitting here, but this one here came out a lot darker. I'm like, that bag felt a lot heavier. I think there was a lot of shake that fell in there. And I was just like, I ate some the other night. I normally eat a whole row of brownies. So that's 4. If I cut it an 8x8 into 16, I eat 4. Well, these I only ate 2. I only ate 2, and I was like, hey, this is about right. This is probably right. But then I ate some more of them, and it didn't make me go, oh wow, I ate too many, because it's the stuff I'm cooking's a year old, 6 months old, different age cannabis all mixed together, and so I'm getting a full spectrum. And some of that stuff I was like, well, there's about 50 seeds. It was like 50 seeds that went into it. They were good seeds too. I mean, but it was just, I had probably 100,000 seeds. You're gonna lose a few.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've done that. I've made edibles and had a whole bunch of seeds pop up. I'm like, well, there goes that. What am I gonna do? You can't save them all. But
I smoke. I mean, I've continuously, everybody was telling me I need to be cooking and eating it more, and I wasn't. He'd be like, "You're not cooking it up?" I was like, "No, I'm not cooking it. I haven't started doing it yet." So about 3 weeks ago, I started doing it consistently. I sleep 7-8 hours straight every night.
Yeah, it's cool, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a different kind of a sleep.
It's hard for me to keep. Oh shit.
Yeah, I've been sick for a long time, and it's like my hip's out right now, so it's not as bad as it could be. I'm not complaining about that. So I mean, life's good, but pain is pain. We all deal with pain different ways. But when I was able to get the FSO in me, my stomach stopped hurting as much, and I'm getting sleep at night. So if I can sleep all night long, I'm not like tossing every half an hour because my back's in pain. You're rolling from one side to the other to the other all night long. So
yeah, the other night. So
how are you infusing your oils to stuff and your butters? What are you cooking it into?
I started out doing it the way the American one said he did his, just put the coconut oil and the cannabis together, because he does the 4 ounces. That's why his cookies are good. He does 4 ounces to 2 cups of oil.
Oh, wow.
That's why you be careful with his cookies. That's why he always says, be careful with his cookies. Well, I know why now, but my tolerance is going up, 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 because the more brownies I eat, the less cannabis I want to smoke. I'll be sitting there and I'll be like, I don't even want to smoke any, because my body doesn't want to get a release of the tension from smoking. I mean, because if it wasn't already there and permeating, I'd be grabbing the pipe and going, and then I'd get it. So you eat it and it's just, wow, man, it's just there all the time.
I made sugar out of it, and I think that's like probably my favorite way to do it because like I made beef jerky the other day, and I was just messing around. I was experimenting, and we went and got a good cut of meat at the Dearborn Market, and some prime eye round, and made some beef jerky out of it. And I used probably, I don't know, 3/4 of a cup of this cannabis sugar that I made using, and mind you, my buddy gave me like a shit ton of keef. I'm talking, I had probably 1/4 pound of keef and like 6 ounces of popcorn buds, and I turned it all into sugar. And well, so it was really potent sugar, and I still have some left, and I'm going to make some more jerky out of it. But I'm telling you what, I think what happened, I did a 24-hour little quick marinade, and I think the
I've never heard of it.
What, weed jerky?
Yeah, sugar.
How do you make sugar?
Oh, okay, the sugar. So you take, for every cup of weed you take 2 cups of Everclear, I believe, or it's 1 per 1, maybe even. I'm not sure. It depends on who you are, what you want to do, but you basically douse your weed, cover it in fucking Everclear, and you make a tincture out of it. Well, yeah, you make a tincture out of it, and then you don't burn off the alcohol. You don't evaporate it off or whatever. And you take whatever, let's say I got 6 cups of tincture. Okay. I'm going to probably use about 10 cups of sugar in a Pyrex dish. And I'm going to cover the sugar with the alcohol. And then that's when,
so if you did 1 cup of cannabis, you would do 1 cup of Everclear and 10 cups of sugar?
No, not 10 cups of sugar. No, 2 cups you said? Yeah, 2 cups of sugar, yeah.
Okay, so 1, 1, and 2. All right.
Yeah, that's basically what I do.
Or 2 cups of cannabis, 1 cup of Everclear, and make it stronger, I guess.
That works too, yeah. That works too. I mean, you can mess around with it. I found that.
Is there anybody in chat? I can't see chat. Is there anybody in chat saying something?
I can't see it.
Sugar's
so I've
thing and stuff like that. But I'm gonna jump out, man. It's my time, my bedtime.
That's your bedtime.
Peace out, Smiley.
Thanks, Smiley. Appreciate you,
Smiley.
Thanks for answering those questions for me.
Yeah, no problem.
Take it easy, Smiley. I think I'm gonna bolt now too. It's been a nice evening with y'all, and hope to do it again sometime soon. But everybody have a good week.
You too, man. See you later.
Good boy.
Peace out,
warm up
guys.
there, man.
Merry Christmas.
Love you guys, and let's keep it spiritual. In the spirit of ganja, let's smoke some more.
Yes. Thanks for stopping in and visiting.
Oh, right on, man.
Take care, brother.
I told them Merry Christmas because it's already winter time there.
Yeah. So about the sugar again.
So okay, so the stronger you make it, the thicker the leftover, the RSO will be, because that's basically what you're doing when you mix it with the, so you're going to mix what I said, about 1 cup of sugar, 1/2 cup of alcohol or whatever, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right.
So we'll do that, and then
in your oven at 170 or 175. Thing
Put it
is,
in
you
the
got to
fire.
stir it. You got to constantly stir it every 30 minutes.
In your
And,
oven?
In your oven. Yeah, in the oven. You can't if you want to feel safer, you can
With the alcohol?
Yeah, at 175. The combustion point for alcohol is it's actually pretty high. You'd be surprised. But you know, a
Put
flame
another
can
pan underneath, folks. Put another pan underneath.
Double boil.
whatever
Double
makes you
boil.
feel safe. You know, you can
Well,
crack
I
your
have a
oven.
You have to
gas
do it in the
oven.
oven. You don't have to do it in
You could
the oven.
double.
I
You could
have a
double
gas
boil
oven
it.
too. You don't have to do it in the
Okay.
oven, but if you don't do it in the oven, you're going to be sitting there like a troll for fucking days and days stirring it.
Hey,
You know
I
what I
got.
mean? Because
I'm gonna do this in a lab with scientific apparatus.
okay, but anyway, in the oven in your kitchen at home, you basically whip it up every 30 minutes to an hour, and it takes about 18 hours, man, depending on how much you do, but it's worth it in the end because shit, I've made lemonade.
I got to sit there like in Goodfellas stirring the sauce.
like green fingers right there, bam.
So I can do that in my
'cause-
crock pot. My crock pot's sitting in front of me all day long. My
Yeah,
crock
just
pot gets
open
a
the
lot hotter
lid,
than
put it under your vent if you got a hood. If you don't have a hood vent, at least open a window and put it by the window. You know what I mean?
I got a AC Infinity with a carbon 3 feet away, so
Oh, bam! There you go.
I just
Yeah,
crank it up and that, it goes back into
Yeah.
the grow room.
yeah.
So-
There you go.
Talk about what
My whole system
consistency.
recycles. I send it back and then it comes.
Got you.
I'm getting ready to
You're
pick
in
up
the
another
lung.
one. Right now, I send 1 6-inch back and 1 up, but there's supposed to be 2 in there. That one came out of there, so I'm getting ready to get another one. So 2 fans come out, because if you put your entry, if you have a room and you walk into the room like this, if you have 2 entries on a room and 2 filters, you're just not going to run into wind issues, not having enough wind, because you're sucking the air in low and you're pulling it right up to the filters.
Got you.
You get some air in there, but you have continuous airflow. So
You want to hear something fucked up? I have no filters right now. Isn't that crazy?
Really?
Yes, this is the first time I've
Can I-
ever done
can I
it without
interject
it,
with-
and I'm like, but whatever.
I wouldn't mind
Yeah.
the no filters if I didn't have neighbors, but I mean, yeah, just plenty of fans for ventilation now.
I
I
use
don't have filters either.
My
I use one of
inside's
those.
more than my outside.
You ever see the broke man's filter? You put a HVAC 20 by 20 by 1 inch, filter in front of your box fan. You tape it around
Yeah.
it. That's what I have going on in there. That's the only thing.
I made my own HEPA filter box fan
Did
Yeah,
you?
out
that's
of
what I'm
a
talking about.
HEPA filter and a fart fan and a box and duct tape. A fart fan, bathroom
A
fan.
what?
Oh, okay.
A bathroom
Oh, okay.
exhaust fan. That's a fart fan. Yeah. So I took a bathroom exhaust fan that's already set up for, exhausting, and it runs as long as you need it to, so it's just, so I set that sucker up inside of a box and got a HEPA filter off of an auction, threw that stuff together, taped it all up. Matter of fact, I could show it to you. Hang on a sec. Pull that thing
Sweet.
out.
I heard somebody say it somewhere else, and they didn't like this certain word, but I use it all the time because it's just how I grew up. That's just good redneck ingenuity.
Oh my
Okay.
goodness. Yes, that's me.
Who the hell was politically correct about the term redneck?
I don't want to say. Somebody on another show, and he said, I will use this. Well, he'll watch this now, might see it. Like, anyway, this is the way he said it. This is the way he said it. Okay, now this is what happened in society. He said he wanted to explain something. He was trying to explain a person and details of a person, and even certain ways he used to act. And he said, I don't like using this word. And he said redneck. And it's when I tuned out of the show. Because that is basically, in our society, we have racism and classism. And right there's a sense of classism. You can say you're not racist, you're nice to everybody, but if you class people, so what?
Well,
I'm a redneck.
sun,
Don't
sun,
be
sun
sitting
beating on your neck
mad
all
about
day.
being a
That's all
redneck.
you got
I'm
to
a
really
redneck.
look at it.
I tell you, call me a redneck, that's a badge of honor.
It has a historical reference. I think it has like something to do with like workers' rights in like Virginia or something like that. You can look up the historical, what do they call that, etymology of the term redneck.
I always thought it was just because the sun's beating on your neck all day. You're out in the sun all day, figuring out what to do
You guys can see this.
Some political or something
or working.
to go along with that. But there's a lot of things in this country that can.
Oh, I
Maybe
did
it's
want
because
to.
I'm a redneck.
I don't want to get
justifying it.
political. So,
Gus,
but anyway.
can I ask you a question, Gus?
Yeah.
Okay, so at the point where you're making this sugar and you got it all concocting, what does the finished solution look like, and how long does it take to recrystallize?
Do you want me to grab you some?
Sure. Well, do you have a Martha Stewart demonstration? Do you have some like ready to go?
I have. My kitchen is like 20 feet away, so I can go grab my.
I'd love to see it.
Hold on one.
All right, as long as you don't burn yourself.
I'm glad you're getting some trimming done tonight, Eagle.
I'm glad you're letting.
Don't stop just because I'm talking. I just want you to hear that I'm glad you're getting some trimming done. I'm glad you're back on more now. I really am. Who's still here?
All right, where are we at? Okay.
You guys want to see my HEPA box?
Yeah, show it off, Johnny.
Here's the really strong. That's a really cool box, dude. I like your box.
Look at that. Look at you, man.
That's my HEPA box.
Yo, Pennsylvania redneck.
That's fucking sweet, dude. I dig it.
Yeah.
It's just ingenuity. We figure out how to get things done, right?
So red pill. Here's the sugar. One of them. This is the really potent
that's
stuff.
dry. It's not sticky or like it doesn't feel like live resin, right?
No, it's actual sugar. It's like it goes back to its form almost.
Wow.
And then here's another one. This one is a little bit more solid. It was. I don't know why this one. Well, see, not really. It's just regular sugar. But I don't know if I can. Hold on. Let me,
Is Matthew SoCal still out there? If he's still out there, just tell him to send me a DM or whatever. He can come get those.
See?
Set up a time.
It looks like some hash, I guess, but it's just sugar.
But it's not sticky. It doesn't feel oily like.
No,
you can't feel the consistency of RSO, right?
Okay. No, not at all. Not at all. But when you mix it up in your drink, you will see the RSO in the bottom of the drink. So like
I'm interested like how you set it up. Like I want to mix that. I want to use that as my sugar for like seasonings or other.
Dude, it's awesome. When you cook, okay, what I noticed, Red Pill, is that when you use it as a marinade or a base for cooking, it really the flavor goes out the window and you just get the sweetness. And it's basically when you make drinks with it and you use it in its cool solid form, Kool-Aid's the best way to do it. Yeah, Kool-Aid or lemonade. Because even the lemonade though is kind of really bitter, like really bitter.
What about your coffee? Have you tried it in coffee?
I'm not big on coffee. I don't think I've tried it in coffee. I might have, but I don't.
I'm just curious how strong it is. You put a whole teaspoon of sugar into it.
That'd be pretty good.
Be on the moon or on your ass, one of the two.
Yeah, this stuff is really this one. I don't know if I didn't really show you the color of this one. It's totally different.
Hey, red pill. As long as my pain goes away and I forget about it, I don't give a shit. Right? You know, it's like I hear all the things you went through to get rid of your eye pressure. You know, to get the meds you go through a lot of shit, right? So.
Yeah, it's definitely you can tell you can't do it alone on pharmaceuticals. You can't do it alone on cannabis. In my situation,
I don't use any pharmaceuticals. So.
It's a synergistic effect, you know.
Dude, my buddy hooked me up with this badass book. It's like the herbal solutions to god damn it, bacteria fighting organisms. God, let me grab it real quick. Son of a bitch.
My great-great-grandmother was a Cherokee Indian, and she was known for healing everybody in the neighborhood with everything she found out in the woods. I didn't learn all that stuff, but I know I don't need a doctor and an alchemist to fix this shit.
Damn right.
Even though I have a brother that's a pharmaceutical engineer, I don't need him either.
Well, maybe he can.
Man,
maybe
Rez,
he can help.
it's too bad you didn't get that.
What's that?
I was gonna say,
It's too bad you
Go ahead,
didn't get that information from your grandma or your mom or.
Well, I have a lot of other things that I've gotten from Creator that are same as she had, but they use it in a different way. It happens in a different way. Like red pill, his eyes could be healed just by somebody saying, your eyes are healed, you're no longer sick. I mean, the faith coming out and doing it. Same way you could do it for
I
me.
definitely do not think that's possible.
You don't see that's possible?
No.
What's
I'll
what's
give you
your
a phone number. I'll give you a phone number to my friend in Maryland whose son got up from the dead.
Okay.
So
Let's
if a person
see,
get up from the dead, guess what? Their eyes can be healed.
hey, all you need is Jesus to come back from the dead and spit in your
No,
eyes.
it's faith. It comes out of the man. It comes out of the man who believes. It comes out of each and every human being. That's the power. That's the power of that word of truth. No, you're not sick. That should not be this way anymore. Go away. It is. It's really supposed to be. And I don't know why it doesn't always come out of me. And I've seen it because I want everybody healed. You know, I'd like to see everybody I see sick, healed, you know, but I also know on the other side of that, sometimes you learn a lot in a pit. You know what I mean? I've put myself in situations in life where afterwards I go, oh, wow, that was bad at that time. But I learned a lot of lessons out of that now in the future that I'm not going to do multiple different things differently because just that one thing, you know what I mean? Sometimes it's bad. Sometimes it's, you know, a learning, any learning lesson to me is advantageous, right? So if somebody will stop, and I'm going to be 54 next month, so if somebody will stop and listen to me in their 20s, to me now I'm like, wow, this is enjoyable that this person actually is respectful and stopping it, and they want to hear somebody older's opinion. Whether they do anything with it or not is up to them. I don't have to force them to do it. It's just a matter of teaching that truth out of your mouth of things that you've actually experienced, not what you think might happen, but what you actually know. So if I say that I've seen it, I really did see it. And I say it so you can say, think about it. Maybe that can happen. So you take that. A lot of people would just say positive talk. What I would say, it's the authority given.
What I would say is giant fart sound.
What's that?
Giant fart sound.
Giant fart sound. That's good too sometimes. That'll take good. You know. Hey man, you know.
Yeah.
Hey, the scientists will tell you the fart smell is good for your health. So I don't know.
I have an uncle. I mean, he would make an excuse for just having a gas, but he would say that a farting man is a healthy man.
I don't mind my own farts. I don't like other people's farts. Is that true with everybody out there?
I think there might be something to the Japanese about their burping and farting as well, like that. I mean, red pill.
Well,
being a healthy man. Something
it's
like
funny
that.
how the body can go a long time.
Actually, I learned lessons in the form of many things. But when it comes to this topic, I learned my lesson through the show South Park.
Excuse me.
And I don't know if anyone's realized, but the cases of spontaneous combustion have gone down over the years, very drastically since the 90s. It was a very big phenomenon then. A lot of people just sparking into flames. Well, that was the thing. People holding in their fart. People were being too polite, holding in their farts, and they had combustious gas in their bowels. And then, one little bit of static electricity go off like that.
And it was just,
yeah. So
yeah,
you gotta release some farts.
I've heard of somebody who's actually experienced that. They knew somebody who's spontaneous combustion a while back. I didn't believe it was a thing. I had to look it up, and I was like, "Holy crap!" The body
They
can
touched
actually
in a Ouija board in the last 48 hours prior to that happening.
Are you telling me the truth when you're saying that?
It could be. I mean, there's a high likelihood.
A Ouija board told me I was going to be a proctologist.
Explode in the flames have prior use with the Ouija boards.
Do yourself a favor and don't fuck with the Ouija board.
I know. That's what I'm saying. You'll burst into flames.
No, it's not. That's yes.
I think it's the whole I think it's the whole aspect of opening a gate. It's not even the board. It's just you commanding something else, giving you a command is the trick. You know what I mean? It just takes your words.
Places you shouldn't be, right? You open up a door, like he's saying, place you shouldn't be. And I'll give you an example from my own self. I yelled. I was supposed to be in California, supposed to be getting here, knew I was supposed to be here, didn't know how I was going to get out of here. And I was still in Maryland, sick, body broke down and frustrated. And I was standing on the Pheno Canal. I can picture it just like it was happening right now. And I yelled right into my father's face, the creator's face, "I ain't going." And meant it, mad. And when I did, I flushed over. For the next 6 weeks. I had pneumonia. Bad, like deathly pneumonia for 2 weeks. Like I couldn't get out of bed, pain through my body, and then 4 weeks. And I knew I can't go to a doctor. And as soon as I did it, I knew what I did. I broke respect between me and my father. And it's not that he was like, "You did that, I'm hitting you." I opened the door so the enemy could come in and go whack. That's how you do it. You just show disrespect to your father. If you got in your father's face and you were a 12-year-old and you went, "You're a SOB," if he didn't go whap, you got off.
What if it's the opposite? What if your dad committed suicide and said, "Fuck you, you're a piece of shit," when you're 12 years old? Then what?
Well, I'll tell you right then, he said he was not strong enough to stay around. And I don't like that subject because I've had two
Well, it
people
warps it. Well, that's my situation. I'm just saying, it's okay, but I'm just saying, like, it's so funny when you talk about that stuff because there's so many different things that everyone goes through. You know what I'm saying? Like, and hey, I came out of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because it made you stronger. You learned from it and became a stronger person for it.
Well, I'm not 43. I'm not 43 yet. But if I make it there, I will become a stronger person. I will say that. But knock on wood, you never know when you're going to go. So, but I plan on making it.
Hey, listen, my uncle died. I won't go into this story because I don't want to get upset online, but it's just something I hold dear to my heart. But it is a fifth now. But 60 years ago, my uncle was shot and killed, shot in the head on the Korean border, right? And I'm putting this out on the Ethernet, and I'm just asking for trouble for doing it. It's a sealed file. 60 years. And if I put in, or anybody puts in to have it open, that's going to be fully resealed. You know why? Anybody out there want to know why? Because all the time, American soldiers are killed on the Korean border, and their families are told they're accidentally killed by another soldier in their crew.
Oh
I've
man.
met yet the government's doing it. They've been doing it the whole time.
Oh man.
You don't get a file sealed
That's
for
a
60
mess.
years. They sealed Kennedy's for 75, right? But if you get a file sealed for 60 years, it's because somebody's hiding stuff. The world needs to know North Korea is
That's
black
messy.
for a reason. North Korea is black for a reason, and our country has a big part of it. So I love everybody, and I don't forgive the United States for doing it. I'm not letting them off for it, because their judgment coming for all the things they do to anybody who wants to bring it on for better to come, right? Because that kind of stuff shouldn't do. I had no problem doing that he did that happened, but you don't lie to the family. I'm an ex-serviceman. You don't lie and say one of my friends accidentally killed me. You say a sniper killed him. But see, the American public would put up with us still being there if they knew their soldiers were dying by snipers all the time. So I'm putting out there what nobody else in the world has ever said online. I'm telling you, something you'd see on the news. Somebody, somebody's an investigative reporter, you go ask them. You can tell them to send me a message. I'll give him my uncle's name, who's buried in Lansing, Michigan. Charles Jones. He's buried in East Lansing. Not Charles. Charles Stanley Jones, buried in East Lansing, Michigan. 22 years old, shot in the head, October 4th. Now, you want to hear what happened? On October 4th, he walked into his mom's house in Lansing, Michigan. He said, "Mom, I'm fine," and then walked back out the door. And then 2 days later, because in 2 days is my mom's birthday, they found out he was dead.
Oh wow. So they totally chucked that up, huh?
They've been doing it. And then 2007, his brother, my uncle Larry, who's now dead, was a retired colonel. Well, lieutenant colonel, they give him colonel, Air Force, right? Did the whole Vietnam thing. He was new in the military, but he had been in longer than Stan. They both came right out of Michigan State, right into the military, right? It hurts me. It doesn't hurt me like most I would normally. I've carried this because it was fed to me when I was little. It's part of who I am. Knowing that my grandmother saw him on the day he was shot, but they didn't find out two days later. The Creator, our Father, our Creator, let him walk into the house and tell his mom, who's a believer, "I'm okay." 2 days later, yeah, he's that good. But it wasn't just for him. His death was a seed for me to be who I am, so I can do what I'm doing right now in this earth to be who I'm supposed to be. And I say right now, so somebody out there hears, so they can step up into a higher place, so they can speak truth and change into the environment, so the world is a better place for your neighbor. I can't do nothing about what they did 60 years ago. I'm not going to hate the person. I wouldn't even hate the person who shot him. I don't have nothing against the person who shot him.
Hey, Rez.
It's the lie. It's the lie from my government. That's the only thing that I have any unrighteousness about, is the lie. Not the shot, not the kill, none of that. It's the lie.
Not exactly on that, but I'm pretty sure that I just saw something about North Korea and America like opening up their relationship or something like that. So that's kind of crazy that we're talking about that right now when they're still doing still obviously had communication. That's crazy.
I stay out of the world's business. I don't have any fight with.
Yeah, I seen it on my phone. Sometimes on my if I'm one of these screens on my phone, it'll have like
modern news or something, and I'll read just the title, and I'm like, what the fuck? It's basically about as far as I get into it. But yeah, I'm about to head out, guys. It was good chilling with you guys. Glad I got to smoke one with you. And
Thanks for the
thanks, Eagle.
information on the sugar. Yeah.
It's good seeing you, Eagle. Take it easy, brother. Have fun trimming and doing what you're doing. I heard you're doing some kind of water wells or something like that. It's sweet. Yeah. All right, guys. Take it easy. Later.
Peace, Beth. Yeah.
Green fingers outside.
Yeah, you see the storm I'm in? They're gonna rip my greenhouse. Being pulled open by the fucking wind. The lightning storm to the left of me. I can't get it in if I want to.
Gotta have that
So much
chain link
pressure.
fence, huh?
Yeah, the fucking wind is crazy as shit right now, man. I'm glad that I'm in here.
You're in California?
Yeah, I'm right here at the Salton Sea.
Are you at the Salton Sea? Oh, you're not far from me.
Yeah. Look at that. That's a heavy ass fucking tarp. That door, it's like a fucking being flung open like it's fucking nothing.
Yeah, I hear them saying.
I can't even.
I heard some people saying down in Southern California, one guy said on the LA Times report of it. I read the caption. He said, I've lived here 18 years. I ain't never seen thunder and lightning like this.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. Like it's fucking. I got a lot
I
of
love
thoughts
it.
right now with the lightning. Just by standing there, and just looking that way, it's just fucking boom, boom.
Nice greenhouse, man.
Thanks, man. Here's the
Holy
fucking banana
shit! Something
berry.
just fell in my house. Hold on. What the hell was that?
I heard the bang.
Yeah, I was watching Monday Night Football. Sorry. Anyways, I thought it was odd. This probably has to be the very first Raiders versus Chargers game that had a rain delay, or in this case, lightning delay, actually. And then I said that the second it happened, and like 20 minutes later, the commentators are like, "Oh, I don't know the last time there's been a rain delay, weather delay with Southern California teams, and blah blah blah." I'm like thinking, yeah, man, I just thought of that like 20 minutes ago. Come on.
Thanks, Green Fingers, because I just got your wind, man. That was the wind throwing my front door, slamming my front door up.
You guys are neighbors.
We're neighbors on the other side of the mountain,
Yeah,
it's just a mountain.
Just a mountain.
Well,
just a valley.
Just a little hill.
It's
just a little hill, man.
I hate to do this to you guys, but the way my internet keeps cutting out, seems like a pretty good time to pull the plug on this one. I greatly appreciate you guys coming and hanging out, letting me sit back and do some work for a change. I mean, it's much, much needed. So thank you guys for the help in the garden tonight. I greatly appreciate it.
Well, good to see you, man.
All right. I'll slide out first. Thank you, Eagle. Thank you. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for hanging out, giving me a place to hang out. And cheers to the chat. I'll see you guys later. Hopefully tomorrow.
Oh yeah. I'll be here, brother. I'll be here.
Okay. All right. I hope to see you guys tomorrow. Peace out.
Take care right there.
I'm gonna jump, man. Thanks, Eagle.
You're always welcome, brother. Don't forget.
I appreciate it. I probably would have jumped on some earlier, but I just got done getting healed from this one tooth. This last tooth, I got another tooth taken out, another molar, man. I'll tell you what, you get older, but with them teeth, they start taking it out of you, man. The recovery time, and so yeah. But I feel a lot better from that. So I'm back to the place where I can eat and drink hot and cold. So we're good to go. Peace out, man. Thanks, man.
Have a good one.
Blessings.
Have a great day.
So, all right, Eagle. I got a storm going on here. I got to close some windows. I'll see you later.
All right, man. Have a good day. Love you, brother.
Love you, man.
But with that being said, this will wrap up this episode 489 Weedner World. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. We had a lot of great people on the show tonight. Thank you to all the above that joined in. Too many to name off right quick, at least off this stone brain anyways. I, unfortunately, because we went a little bit long the last few nights, I'm going to bow out gracefully tonight. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this episode. Please join me tonight at 2 a.m. for another wormhole, aka Weed Nerd World. Gonna get things back on schedule, get some spotlights going, get things back to normal. You guys have a great day. I love you guys. Remember, this is the end of your day, your journey. Please get some rest. This is the beginning of your day, your journey. Please take time for a little bit of self-care and then get out there and try to do something nice for somebody. Random acts of kindness do save lives. It can be the little things, like I always say, compliments, smiles, phone calls, bud, a simple joint, slash, whatever, positive vibes. That being said, I wish you a great day. I am out.